rapping, walking around like I don't know what's happening. You like me, you like me, you like me. If I'm talking about drinking, it's nothing about thinking. As long as I'm high and I never ask why, you like me. Yo, but the second I start with the state of the economy, black leadership, black cards, and black sovereignty, that's when you can't seem to follow me. Confusion, you feel like you're losing. I'm no longer abusing. This song's about choosing while you're cruising. Either black entertainment or the black revolution. People love to see a young black man rap until he wakes up and realizes he's caught in the trap. So as long as I'm dancing, acting or rapping, walking around like I don't know what's happening. You like me, you like me, you like me. Hey, if I'm talking about drinking, it's nothing about thinking. As long as I'm high and I never ask why, it's like me, it's like me, it's like me. But the minute I get in it about the way these rappers spit it, the minute I start spitting that truth, it comes so critic. I freestyle on the top like removing your Yankee fitted, but they not really checking for skills, they want the gimmick. Many of the challenges we face, we can solve them, but there's no trust, no unity, and that's the problem. Black people fighting amongst themselves, that's the problem. White people fighting amongst themselves, that's the problem. U.S. foreign policy is simply just bomb. Rebels against their own government, the U.S. arms them. Then when these out of here, yeah, they try to calm them. More money, more diplomacy, just charm them. If that doesn't work, then they move to Osama. Turn them into a terrorist so they can disarm them. Through the corporate media, we don't stand a chance, but too many people want us to just stand and dance. So as long as I'm dancing, acting or rapping, walking around like I don't know what's happening, you like it, you like it, you like it. If I'm talking about drinking, it's not about thinking. As long as I'm high and I never ask why, you like me, you like me, you like me. You like me, you like me, you like me. You like me, you like me.
Open up the heavens, let the sunshine in. The two good tears and embrace about to begin. Giving love to all the ancestors that's tuning in. Here comes the two good tears with some more offering.
Going out to the hall, man. I'm sorry, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Wichita, Blackfoot. I've been knocking them in on the stove. He can know me, the whole he's OG. Coming to restore the crown of the hall, man. I'm sorry, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Wichita, Blackfoot. I've been knocking them in on the stove. He can know me, the whole he's OG. Coming to restore the crown of the whole.
Moving through like an eagle, I'm like a stinging bee. Ancestors is trapped right in front of me. I'm what I did, dynasty live inside me. Moon dance is perfect, work, nigga, me for greatness. Yeah, wow, natural style, weakness, I under the moon, not through the pearly gates. Escape from Spain to Panama, we still ahead of y'all. Never racing, just go pacing to the top of the dome. We stand tall, y'all. Never lazy, so why clap? Slap back, all the more talking shit in the hot, never stop. A little petite, they never retreat. NK, it's dog or tall, y'all. Chopper riding, we awake, everything screaming. BT beaming, blood shot, lightsaber walker, wolf talker, never stop.
The hall, man. I'm talking Chickasaw, Choctaw, Wichita, Blackfoot. I've been knocking seven on the soul. You know me, the whole thing is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the hall, man. I'm talking Chickasaw, Choctaw, Wichita, Blackfoot. I've been knocking seven on the soul. You know me, the whole thing is OG. Coming to restore the crown of the hall. Chop in the Tiger City block, big Buffalo people coming back to wreck shop. Shit, pop 'em out and pop, can't stop the rebirth of raw. Indigenous rock grip, the native chant, Christ war dance, at the clans. Anyone who clans at the shepherd war dance, war natives from 7th feather, out the Moorish code of out. Me all these 14th Amendment rappers throw in the towel with opposite travel. These bases taking notes, disrespecting ancestors, selling their souls to those. I raise my glass, make a toast to Aboriginal folks, traveling through the cosmos. That's both being that's on top. My wounded knee bandaged up, Black Hawk, what's up? Geronimo skull. We taking it back from the tomb of the bones when we coming in the rooms and it's cool like, oh man, I talk shit and I Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washington, Blackfoot. I've been knocking them in on the stogie. You know me, the hoagie is OG. I'm in some storm, crown of the home. I talk shit and I Chickasaw, Choctaw, Washington, Blackfoot. I've been knocking them on the stogie. You know me, the hoagie is OG. I'm in some storm, crown of the home.
Let the sunshine in. Here's an evidence. I'm about to begin. Get them up to all the ancestors that's tuning in. Get confident to the kids with some more argument.
Peace, peace, peace. Now the sounds of your brother Hano Kiel, aka A1, aka Tasha. And we've been doing a couple back-to-back joints for last couple of days. Shout out to everybody, all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, and the conjoining islands, man. Shout out to everybody. But I just want to basically just put this out there. You know, I had a feel the other day where I basically was fucking with you guys, and I was a Pan-African, and proved to me you're Indian, and all that. And people literally took that shit through face value or whatever. I'm not no Pan-African. I'm not an African, period. I just wanted to see if some of you guys' research is up to date. And can you explain to us why would people call themselves Indians? You know what I'm saying? That was classified as African Americans. Okay. Now, you know, we had a good conversation. Feel as though for the most part, you know, people should have left out of that bill with some great information. So what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm opening the panel back up to you guys or whatever. So if you guys would like to come through, I actually put the link in the back chat, and I just want you guys to, if you can expound on some of the cultural aspects and just give us some insight on what do you think the Indians here was doing? Do you think we're Native Americans? Or do you think we had a highly advanced civilization outside of, you know, us farming and so-called plantations and some of the other things? You know, I just want to just get a good bill if anybody want to come through. If not, you know, shout out to my brother get to the root on it. I know he can hold it down with information. I can just run through some things as far as, like, you know, what kind of information that I got that I can show and prove that Negroes been on this landmass forever. And like I said before, right, a lot of people, they don't understand the difference from an Indian. All Indians are not Aborigines. They keep saying that shit for a purpose. Because, you know, if you was to Google what an Indian looked like, you will get the people on the plains. They telling you they came here on a particular time. Us as the word Aborigine means first, from time of existence. So when these people that there's supposed came here, whether you want to say they came in the 13th century with the Mongol invasion, or they're descendants of the people from Siberia that just came down into the back through like Seattle and through some of the what would that be, like the northwest region, and then just settled in the Rio Grande area or the plain area, if you will, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, what makes you indigenous is making you an Atancha, meaning your blood, your soil, your physical composition is composed of the soil that is the makeup of what we call the Amaru E, the Amaru Khan, the America, or whatever term that your research has led you to believe this continent was called. So definitely understand that. I'm your brother, been rocking with you from day one. I just would like to hear some other people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? I believe myself, and I'm not trying to be cocky, but I believe I can present this in a group of anybody, and everybody might not catch on to it. But if You know what I'm saying? If a good number of people can at least say, well, damn, you know, that's interesting. I need to look more into that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where I'm coming from. And, you know, and if somebody don't seem to understand, you know, ask the question, why? Why would A1 say what he's saying? A1, you know, I don't know whether or not you respect my information or respect some of the stuff I put out there as far as the research. But if you do, then you should know that I'm well researched. I'm not just somebody who run around and blowing smoke or just attaching myself to any Indian picture that I see. I know what my people did. I know listening to these Europeans like David Hatcher Childress. What's the other guy name? Graham Hancock, fucking Steve Quills, all these Europeans that talk about the Americas talk highly about the Americas, especially North America. And a lot of people, they will never listen. They will never be you know what I'm saying, able to hear this shit because, you know, because they don't have that type of interest when it comes to the subject. You know, they like to tell you different things they heard, but they don't do the in-depth research. And you know, and if you got time to do it, then that's one thing. I know some people got kids. You might work 2 jobs. You might have real things that keep you, you know what I'm saying, keep you busy. So you can only tap into some of this information when you have the chance to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying overall, if this is not your interest, if you're not concerned about the pyramids, if you're not concerned about the technology advancements, as we touched in on the American Indian Encyclopedia, 15,000 years of invention and innovation. Now, I'm only using that title. I know this thing go back well before 15,000 years or whatever. If you haven't checked that out and seen what they found in the Americas, then you really don't know what culture we had here. You're only looking, you're on the outside looking in, you're looking at Native American culture, you're looking at teepees, you're looking at motherfuckers with war bonnets on, you're looking at, and I'm not trying to say, you know, try to be funny about the war bonnet or any of the other things, but we have to do some further research on our history for us to get a perspective. And just know this, right? You know, brothers and sisters that come through on the platform, I'm not going, like, if I don't agree with something you say, I'm not here to try to debate you or try to get you. As long as we understand we Aborigines and we've been here from time of existence, I'm cool with that. As far as some of the other stuff that I might not agree with you on, you have to, you know, so we're going to have to agree to disagree. But do not come at me like I'm just an ignorant woman. I got this far by fucking whistling Dixie. You understand? So with that being said, let me see what we got going on here. Alright, so we got a couple brothers. Go, Lawrence. I don't know who. Let me mute his mic. I don't know when you brothers ready to say something. You guys can unmute your mic. Here, whenever you guys are ready to say, you guys got something you want to share or anything, you know, you can unmute your mic. I just muted your mic, Kadom Morris. You can unmute that low background.
Please, God.
Peace, 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 my brother.
I'm actually busy right now. I'm just here. I'm listening. I'm gonna chime in when things get to kicking off.
No, no, that's good. That's good. You could definitely stand in the background. We good. What about you, Mr. Morris? We can see you. You just got to unmute your mic. Let me see something. Let me unmute it for you.
There we go. I'm in here.
All right, peace.
Yeah, man. I just wanna thank you for everything you do, bro. Keep building. I'm learning more than anything from you. And yeah, I got a lot to say. I'm on lunch right now, but rock that shit.
Oh, you saying my mic? All right, you know what? Let's try this shit today. Let me take this out. So I'm not repeating that. Can you guys hear me? Press 1 if y'all can hear me clearer now. Like I'm underwater now. I mean, like I said, this I'm trying to really let people show and prove on what they know as far as the history, as far as the research and everything. And if you got, any personal stories about, the history, that I put the link back in the chat room. Other than that, let me see. Are you brother? Peace. Where you from? Where you from, Kado?
Me, I'm from the Bay Area originally, but all the families from Louisiana.
Oh, you
Every
from?
single one of us.
All right.
And yeah, they I tracked them all the way back. Yeah, a lot of information about the Dutch, the Irish, and yeah, they mixed right into us, hijacked us real good though, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm out here in San Diego right now though, working, always listening to you. Gotta listen, gotta learn, and then we can move forward. But yeah, bro, there's my great grandma's been telling me this shit. Shit, I'm even trying to tell my parents, bro, that yo, my dude, y'all are not from Africa. Like, you know what I'm saying? When Grandma Dukes told us this shit, like I was a baby, and I'm the one who still remembers it, and I'm pushing it, and like, bro, niggas are ignorant and not trying to hear that shit, and it hurts, bro. It's like, hold up, how you going? Like you said, like, bro, if she was Blackfoot Native American, how the fuck aren't you? So, bro, it runs me hot as fuck that like my people like you got to bring this to our attention. And then, like I said, mentally, I've had this on my skin. You know what I'm saying? Tattoos of tomahawks and Blackfoot signs all day. Like we out here. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We
what's
out
up.
here.
Let
And
me ask
like
you
I
a
said,
question though. Let me
yeah,
ask you
let's
a question as far as like you said when you try to pass this
Blackfoot.
on to your family members, right? What do you think, honestly, what do you think is the hardest part to understand when you talk? Do you think it's the images of what Native Americans look like and we not them type of looking Indians? Or do you think it's just the brainwash of roots, a lot of this African, Pan-African, and then even talking about the civilizations of Africa, because a lot of people always they're big up Africa and be like, oh, Africa had this, they were the first one to do this, they were the first one to do that. Do you think it's that, or what do you think it is?
Well, I'm writing this book, and pretty much the book is called The First World War because what it is the fuckery, and it's the 400 years that they didn't allow us to read. So right now, people, I heard a great quote that said, everybody's waking up at different times, so make sure to be their alarm clock. And right now, people are they hear it, they see it, but when you've been pushed that the motherland is Africa and Africa and Africa, and you don't do your research, you mind fuck. Like you are sold to the highest bidder, and the highest bidder right now is like the Vatican. This shit all has to do with if you ever watched the show, The Borgias. Um, it shows you what Cesar Borgia did, and you nailed that shit a bunch of times. Actually, I know you tap in on that how he took the image of Jesus. So if we go back and look at what they did, and I'm talking about a little bit further than that, we have not done any research to go prove who we are. Because like I mean, like you said, bro, if you don't know who the fuck you are, then you from Africa or you from here and there. Like it's
Yup.
crazy because like, all right, numbers don't lie. Most Def said it best. Numbers don't fucking lie. So when you niggas are talking about you moved all of us here, here, and there, and then like I said, the 400 years of nobody being able to read, you see what they did. They fucked up by giving us the good book, right? And then you hear stories about Nat Turner, and then like, no, we don't want to teach the slaves, so they have the field nigga, as you were saying yesterday, who was the owner of the property, probably. So he's waking up his people. He's being an alarm clock to all these slaves, bro. Like, it's crazy how they've taken stories and they switched the shit. Because in that book, 1491, bro, it says in the beginning that we whooped their ass multiple times, bro. And at one point we were showing our ass to them. So they got their ass beat multiple times over here before they came back. Then they went and got Spain. Then they got France. Then these niggas, bro, like I got a big ass map at the house that I'm gonna have to show you. These niggas have been starting little wars. That's the diversion. They get y'all asses over here, and then the First World War was to come take this motherfucker over. Because real shit, Africa is Europe. Like you, bro. Like it is crazy how niggas is just like we just believe everything. And if it wasn't for like niggas like you, AP, if my great grandma didn't tell me this shit, I'd be stuck in the fucking head. Like, but like I said, my sister's 3 degrees into this life, so she's been indoctrinated. She's been like, bro, she's mind fucked. It's so sad to be like, just do some reading, my nigga. Like they said, Eddie Griffin said, what? Reading is fun to mental. Fucking niggas is lost, bro, and I'm fucking gotta thank you, dog. Like
some valid points. Hey, you gotta remember that every
breaking up, my dude.
You breaking up a little bit. Get to
came from their parents.
Yeah, just give it to Mike check when you come back in. Get to the root because you just got a little choppy, but this is all good. I tell you like this though, right? I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm starting to look at a lot of this shit, and it was because some of us was having babies with these European slaves, man. And a lot of these people, either you had to emancipate the child stayed a slave, and this is the reason why you had the Civil War, because a lot of these white slaves, and a lot of these white slaves was children to so-called Aboriginal men. That's how a lot of these motherfuckers was able to get in here. I had to like, look, I got videos talking about the Indian slavery. I got videos talking about, different slave trades. But the further I get into this research, I'm looking at a lot. It's too many suspicions that this shit, a lot of shit that they saying wasn't even true. You can only look at it from one. If we was free all the way from the time that we supposed to have been slaves when they said they got here, right? And they telling you that, okay, we find out that the word slave is dealing with European, and now you start saying, okay, now I see why I'm starting to see all this mulatto, all this, these different, even though some black slaves, I'm starting to think because of bad children with slaves. You understand? And the child come out as a slave. So you gotta always understand that, because there's nowhere in the world we could have been owning slaves and been slaves at the same goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when you read and then they tell you, well, the father had to emancipate the children if the mother was a slave, and I'm like, wait a minute. So he said basically you saying that because these niggas was messing with these white women. That's the reason why you get in Nye Boltonau. This the reason why you get some of these Indians. They are product of black Indians. You see what I'm saying?
Giving their daughters away, like bro, the Quakers and them Pilgrims, bro. My ex was fucking direct descendant of Bradford, whatever the fuck. So this is where I was like, all right, hold up, bro. So you niggas came over here, and then, like I said, we gave them compassion and 13 colonies, and them niggas ran with that shit. And real shit, bro, Bob Marley is the one who put this shit in my head. When this nigga says, half the story has never been told. He says, I plant the cabin, I plant the corn. And when you told me about the corn shit, I'm like, all right, bro. So you go listen to the fucking crazy bald heads, and this fool's talking about Buffalo Soldiers. Like, it's crazy how if you really just listen to the elders, bro, they told you this shit, but they tired of telling you. Like, it's crazy because they're like, all right, you niggas be African then. Fuck. Like, I mean, I get why you're like, bruh, you know how can you keep beating this shit into your head? If you niggas want to be African and load up on the African boat trip, take your asses back there, nigga, because you're going to be wanting to get back over here. I promise you.
They ain't going back, though. These niggas, listen what Akon said. Akon telling us, black Americans don't want to go to Africa. Meanwhile, while he's still in America, he ain't in Africa telling that, having that conversation. He's in America telling us we don't want to go back there. Well, why are you here to begin with?
Real talk.
You understand why are you here to begin with? Why are you, if you want to lead by example, your ass go there first.
Because they got they gotta build their empire off our backs. You know what I'm saying? And then take it back to their people.
They already done that. You know how they done that? Get to the root of it. Look. They done that by listen. Think of it like this, right? All of the technology advancements that because it's shit that we created. So a lot of Africans, what they would do is, and just black people in general, will say, boom, they come here, oh, black people did this. But then when they come to you, you're a different type of black person. You showing me a flag of a nation that you from, and you choose to be black when it benefits you. They come here and under the banner that we're all Africans, then they can claim every goddamn thing that we did. You see what I'm saying? And then try to throw it back in our face like we never done nothing. You know, ain't African create no light bulb. Ain't no
Well, that's
African
the
create
one,
no.
because bro, they know that like if we, it's just like after what did they say? They didn't want to after Civil War. They didn't want to give us back guns and land. That's why we didn't get the 40 acres in the move, because we flipped that shit and we'd have another uh, Black Wall Street, bro. Anytime they give us our shit back, we flip it and do it better than them, bro. And that's when the hijack comes in. Like these niggas have been doing this shit over and over and over and over again. And like you said, y'all keep skin folk like, bro, them African niggas sold us up to fucking like. And now, like you said, bro, some of them know this shit and they like, fuck, bro, you know, like, like it's best to open your mouth and just be like, let all the cards be out on the table so that niggas can go forward, bro. And that's all it takes, because these niggas is just I didn't know. Like, bro, hold up. I got 4 or 5 books, and now these books is getting hella expensive. You see the Vatican's dropping shit. Like, that's what we all need to do too, is walk through the motherfucking Vatican, bro, and we'll see the true Lady Madonna and the baby Jesus and shit. Like Michelangelo was walking up in there in the 16 chapels and shit, and these niggas think that, like, bro, like there is so much information in there, and they're just slowly leaking this shit out, and then they'll whitewash this shit real quick, and they'll give you Caesar Borgia as Jesus. Nigga, look what they did. That's
Yeah.
all it took, was that nigga to come over here, fucking Napoleon Bonafante's little bitch ass, that little nigga too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Niggas got on a boat. What's that called? The door of no return and shit. Some of them niggas get there, but most of us came from fucking
But let me tell
California
you
or
something about that. Look, let me tell you something about Napoleon. I mean, I got a hunch that Napoleon is Toussaint, bro. Toussaint middle name is
There you
Napoleon.
go. There you go.
Now
You're
check
right.
this out.
say
Check
that
this
again.
shit out.
What
Look,
was that?
Toussaint middle name is Napoleon. Okay,
That's right.
Napoleon hat is in the British Museum for almost $1 million. This is the same fucking hat Toussaint had. Now listen, think about it like this, right? Do you think a Jew gonna name his fucking middle name Hitler? It don't make no goddamn sense. So as much as the French oppressed the so-called Haitian people, why the fuck would a Haitian person take on the motherfuckers who did it? Oh no, Napoleon. Why would he take the name Napoleon? He was Napoleon. All these people was black.
Exactly.
All these people was black. You understand what I'm saying? They
Yup.
got in control through these secret societies, man, and a lot of our people helped them. And then
Yep.
in some cases, like when they did with the listen, when they did with the Titanic, a lot of them businessmen that was on the Titanic was niggas, man. A lot of people don't know that. They were
That's right.
people who was on the fucking Titanic who had businesses.
Mm.
Businesses, and we don't even fucking know that. And what they did was kill all of them. They because we was in opposition to trying to stop the Federal Reserve. This is what Lincoln was talking about. Lincoln was talking about stop the Rome from coming here setting up these banks. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So when they killed the people on the Titanic, most of them people was Aborigines, man. And they
Right. At the bottom.
Yes. So all the conspiracy theories of what we hear about the world, it all comes from the America, and it all starts with us, brother, outside of maybe some of our brothers and sisters, because when I tell the stories of the Moors that's in North Africa is nowhere from Africa, because you can't
Right.
go, nothing you see in North Africa can we go in Africa and find? The closest thing I can see to what North Africa has is when I come to the Americas. But they're hiding a lot of the buildings, a lot of the structures that was already here. We left from here and went there. We didn't, no mother, what you want to call, you want to call them, fucking call them Aboriginal, whatever you want to fucking call them. When you the knowledge, mathematics was found here. How is
geometry? Yep.
Yeah. How is the Mayans doing algebra 30,000 years ago, my dude?
Exactly.
They doing algebra and calculus, bro. And motherfuckers are sitting here playing in their fucking thumb talking about we ain't no shit.
Well, they broke shit. Like, look how they did the science, bro. It's all alchemy. And then now they subjected this shit under broad energy. Like, bro, you breaking, you taking shit and you divvying out what you fucking want, and then fucking nah, bro. It don't work like that, man. And that's why we fucked up right now, because they got missing links out here, and they're like, well, now we need these people because we ain't the real niggas to act like, bro. You ain't the real ones, so now they need us, bro. It's like, it's wild because they need us, and like now they trying to fucking get the ones that they think ain't gonna buck the fucking system to ride with them. And them niggas do too. Those are the ones you see that, oh, I'm a football player, you know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, fuck taking a knee. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for years. We don't need no fucking sports till we out of debt. Until, like, I can't get a piece until we get peace, as Tupac said. You feel me? Fuck peace till I get a piece. And nigga, it's time. So
them niggas gonna stay running backs though. Them niggas, for the most part, first of all, you ain't gonna have no fucking veteran come tell me how I'm gonna protest my people. Because a veteran is the nigga who told Colin Kaepernick, instead of sitting on the sideline, just taking it. I told him, man, you don't get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna sit right on Facebook while you sing the national anthem and act like I don't hear it. That's my. I'm not taking no fucking organized knee. I'm not doing none of that. What the fuck is wrong with? I'm not taking no knee. I'm a protest. If I want to do push-ups on the side while you do it, I'm gonna do that. When you stand or motherfucking jumping, do it. I'm gonna do it in the way you want me to. I'm not gonna do it in the way you want me to protest it, because that's not gonna happen. But look, we understand, right? Even when you talking about this, man. Like, even they hyping us up, man. A lot of these shootings, understand this, right? Black people not willing to go in their community and basically police their community, then what do you expect? Half the black people I speak to, when it comes down and them saying, oh, well, we need to get the okay, so we get the police out. So most of you who got guns or whatever, you can go and set up safe neighborhoods and everything. But you know the first thing they tell me? Oh man, these little niggas is off the hook. So you scared of these niggas? Okay, so if you're scared of them, how scared you think these crackers are of them?
Exactly, bro.
Then when listen, I'm like this, bro, and I'm just telling you, I ain't no motherfucking coon. I ain't no sellout or nothing, bro. Now, again, if the police stop me, man, I'm the first motherfucker saying, doing my thing or whatever, but I know how far to take it. I'm not running from no fucking cops, first of all. I'm not running from no cops. I'm not giving you no reason to shoot me in the back, giving you a reason. At the end, if I feel as though my life is in jeopardy that much, I'm going to fight for my life. That's different. But if it's some shit that I'm going to go to court and dismiss, and I'm going to get this shit thrown out, and possibility I might can sue you in the. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of the goofy shit you see. They use a lot of these stories and use our emotions, and then niggas sit up there like, they're killing us. We're scared. They're killing us, man. Listen, man, I ain't scared no fucking man. Listen, my white boys all day. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit, nigga. Like, fuck is you worrying about? Like, bro, listen, like I said, at the end of the day, we need to learn. We need to teach. Well, the people who willing to listen, the people who willing to learn, you need to first learn. You have to study the fucking world, man, first, bro. That's why with Drew Ali, he said, study the world. In the process of you studying the world, you're going to see what people's about. And once you find out the people who giving you the information you get in it is not credible, then you got to question them. You're like, wait a minute. So you told me some Arabic hijackers before plane into a building. Now, when I was down to it, the engineers are saying that the fuel that's in the plane ain't strong enough. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. So y'all did this to your own people, and then you misleading them, and you got people going to war. And if you even bring this shit up, niggas is arguing. The same thing with the Gulf of Tonga. The same thing with Pearl Harbor. The same thing with all of these so-called things. Now they're creating a lot of these stories and emotionally Negroes. Like he put his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. If you knew anything, 8 minutes and 46 seconds, 8:46 was the first time that the first World Trade Center came down. They call Mexico the Twin City. You keep hearing about twins. They fuck with us through these numbers. The same thing. Look, bro. The dude Chadwick Boseman, man.
That fucks
some
you up.
weird shit with that.
Nah, yeah. I just said that just before lunch, like talking about. I said, bro, you think that was cancer? Get the fuck out of here.
You know how old he was? You know how old he was when he died?
43, right?
No. That's what they're saying. What movie did he make? What movie did he make? 42. He died at 42. He ain't gonna turn 43 in November, bro. So that right there is where it ain't no coincidence in this shit, bro. You didn't hear nothing about this man having cancer. They didn't never say this man had cancer.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They never said nothing about this man having cancer. And you may tell me this man rich. You mean cancer? Listen, you could defeat cancer holistically. You don't get no radiation to treat it. You can, because what feeds cancer is fucking sugar. Carbohydrates is what feeds cancer cells. That's what feeds it. So you have to starve them from that.
Do you think he didn't take the bag though? That's because that's what I'm feeling. Like everybody who stand up for some shit, get their head Malcolm. Like so, when niggas got scared even they did it to the Irishman, and that's what I'm about to tell you with my family. It's like JFK. They let everyone know, be scared if you want to fucking speak out, and niggas have been silent at the motherfucking mouth, and that's why we are fucked. You gotta take the bullet, bro. Like, check, Bob Marley did a fucking show with a bullet in his chest. Tell me that ain't the realest nigga. Like, bro, Peter Tosh, these niggas are the ones telling us. And like I said, when they generation died off, and then you had the next generation get they fucking head blown off. My mom still has horror stories. You know what I'm saying? Y'all generation is like, I told this old nigga at the protest, bro, your ass has been broken. You know what I'm saying? This shit needs to happen. Not the Black Lives Matter, but niggas need to be up. It's like Pac said, bro. We've been knocking on the fucking door. You opening time about we ain't got no fucking food. You niggas got food, 40 acres and a mule, all that shit. So it's time to break bread. Fuck this.
Yeah, you're right. And look, like this too, right? I'm looking at this shit from a whole totally different thing too, right? If you look, right, they trying to make this another whole civil rights movement, but this shit ain't even real, right? And they just had the march on. They talking about they did the anniversary for Martin Luther King doing the march down in Washington D.C. or whatever. Then you got all these trannies and all these weirdos out here protesting. So when you look back, and like, look, white people and gays is the one who fought this. That's who they going to try to give credit to all this shit for, bro. Couldn't no motherfucker.
Same thing they did with the civil rights movement.
Yeah. Bro, hey, look.
Because them gay niggas wasn't even out the closet then, though, bro. They niggas, bro, they got their freak flag and they trying to let that shit fly in front of everybody's face. And like real shit, like niggas should be like, nah, bro, fuck your flag right now, okay? Like your fucking niggas have been gay since Alexander the Great, my nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking gay shit has been happening. So you ain't like, bro, Dave said it best. You ain't getting to the front of this motherfucking line, cause gay niggas, transgenders, all you niggas, bro, get the fuck to the back of the bus.
Yeah, but gay culture and homosexual culture ain't black culture. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying it's been here forever though, bro. Like I'm just saying, like you can't say no black person is ever like it ain't our culture, but if they did it in the closet. That's what in the closet is. Like I know many a men that fucking They still on my side, but they died. They pops is still alive, and they dad raised the man, and they ain't gonna fucking let that ride. So, bro, now you got these niggas talking about be who you want, little Jimmy, and then you get fucking Bruce Jenner or whatever. I ain't calling that nigga fucking whatever his. You Bruce
Right.
Jenner, nigga. Period.
Me either.
Fuck. My dad talking about he used to look up to this nigga on a weedy, like he didn't look up to him, but he's like that white boy can run. But no, bruh, fuck that dude. You fucking
They
making
looked at him like he was when I was growing up, Bruce Jenner was like a motherfucking, I ain't gonna say, even though he was a Caucasian version of like oldest Thorpe or you know, motherfucking what's the brother name that ran down
Richard Simmons.
saying, bro.
Richard Simmons was Richard Simmons though, but you know, he was one of the few niggas who niggas could laugh at. Nigga, he was a joke to us. But Bruce Jenner was a serious man. Like motherfuckers looked up to, like niggas looked at him as being a man, an athlete. Like he was a motherfucking athlete. You would never thought that he would be running around here prancing, talking about some weirdo type shit. Like I said, you know, but you know, when it comes to that, it's to each his own. Just don't try to spread poison. You infected by it. Don't try to spread that poison to the rest of the people, man. Don't spread that to the rest of the people,
It is like, bruh, there ain't nothing wrong with the closet. Keep your fucking ass there. You know what I'm saying? And no one gives a fuck about that. Don't like keep that shit over there though. What's up?
Peace, everyone.
Peace to God, brother. Peace.
Peace. Yeah.
Peace, God. Peace.
I said before. Hey, what's up, everybody? Ad Power, David Taylor, homeboy, incredible.
What up with
I
you?
had found.
Everybody try to mute their mic because it's a lot of background noise from a lot of people. I don't know what's going on.
You can come back on, Kodo. I'm just gonna mute your mic real quick. I got you, Kodo.
Show.
Come back on.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Brian, 3X.
Yeah, I was on your panel before, but the name was different. But I just stumbled upon an article where these so-called Caucasian geologists, they found footsteps in the Grand Canyon. They estimated to be 300 million years old. I was like, whoa. So
Yeah.
That just stumps the Pan-African shit right there.
Bro, listen. Now, motherfucker, a lot of people say, what's my man name? Michael Cremore, right? A lot of people say his work is pseudo, right? But his work ain't pseudo because he's the lead. He has an anthropology team, and all he done is telling the stories of other anthropologists that have had a credible accommodation to shit they found. But because they was part of the whole eugenics, they was under the eugenics movement or whatever, they were told to say that some of the shit was 10,000 years, 20,000, when this shit was hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years old. Like, for example, right? For example, they found a lady found the gold chain that came out of a coal mine, which they said this coal mine was supposed to be, according to them, 300 million years old, because we don't know how old none of this stuff is. It's just older than what they're saying, what they think it is, all right? So just to you think it 300 million years old, I know it's old. So I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, go off of that aspect, right? She found a fucking gold chain in it. That she was taking the coal to put it into her furnace, and the shit broke in half, and it was a 10-inch gold chain. They said when they went digging back in there, they went 15 feet because they already went 5 feet or whatever and found some shit. They went 15 feet into that cave and dug. They found the motherfucking skeleton man surrounded by rubies and diamonds, bro. They saying that they dating him at 300 million years old. And I'm not, listen, bro, it's not me making these numbers up. I can show you that they got places in Carolina where they telling you that people was living in 50,000 years ago. They got places.
Right. They got shit in Texas, 70 million year old hammer. You know, the wood carbon dated, the metal uranium thorium dated. You got tons of things found here in America that changes the Pan-African narrative. Even to deal with something more contemporary, you can go to the finding in California dealing with the the particular highway construction siting where they found these bones dating the human evidence in America back to 138,000 years, which is 10 times older than the previous module. So we got things that definitely debunks this out of Africa theory, and they're just dealing with artifacts and archaeology. We can step outside of that and use anthropology. We can step out of that and use science as well.
Yeah. And
On
also,
point. On point.
they found a lot of structures, a lot of these highway tunnels. I mean, these tunnels, these subway tunnels. Now, let me just put this out there, right? Listen, I'm just telling people just for your sake, right? If this is not up your alley, if you with the genealogy and you with just trying to find out who you are and trace yourself down to whatever tribe you in, and that's your end result, then I suggest you get with that. Because if you ain't that, if you've been doing genealogy for the last 5-6 fucking years and you still ain't in the fucking nation, then that showed me that you ain't doing something right. Because all you need, it starts with a declaration. It starts with writing down on paper saying, I'm a fucking American Indian, I'm not an African. And that's your first step, period. Outside of anything somebody else fucking telling you. But when we talk about the historical aspects, for us to know who the fuck we are, we have to study the Americas, man, because people study the Americas and they use Native American fucking culture, and then people is really believing that they are that. Niggas is looking at, listen, man, we done did the whole encyclopedia of American Indian from A to fucking Z, okay? I done studied motherfucking anthropologists who study North America, Central America, and South America. They talk about America like it's the shit. You know how I come in your house and you got big screen TV, nice appliances, house always be like, yo, your house is nice than a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how they talk about North America. But you know that. Because there's a lot of confusion, and I'm not, listen, to each his own. Everybody's path is not the same when it comes to this shit, man. My people from Georgia and from Alabama, right? Your people might be from VA. Your people, but we're all connected because we're a product of this land, which is called the America, right? But we might have different stories as it goes on. So all I'm saying, as far as the history, as far as them classifying you colored Negro to take you and make you under their jurisdiction, as far as to tell you that you was a fucking slave when you never looked the term slave. You look the term slave up, you see it says a fucking Slavic. Then when you study who the Slavics are damn near every European fucking race that we believe. Switzerland, Scandinavian, Russian, so-called, we know the original Germans is black, original Britons is black, original Russians is black, but now these people, they reside in them regions to where we was once at. So now we saying, all right, well, these are the original people. But however it go, when you look that term Slav up, you see these motherfuckers was enslaved from their time of creation, bro. And it fits into the whole Zaka Riot Stitching story, even though there's some things that's off with it, but it comes with the people who was created, man. And then a lot of people, they can't get, if you can't get with that, then get off the channel and go fucking do your jam. Go on Ancestry.com, man. If you can't, don't want to hear me talk about the buildings, if you don't want to hear me talk about this shit, get off my fucking channel and go on Ancestry.com and get around the people who talk about, don't go around A1. He talk that shit. Don't come around me.
Yep. There you go, A1, there you go. That's the Hannibal of Russia, the ruler of Russia, the brother, the other Hannibal, not Bakra. That's him right there.
Yeah, that's the where you got from?
I got that from a Moorish brother.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you motherfuckers if you ain't built and equipped to learn, because I'm like this, man. You know, me hearing shit about this. See, what made Dr. Ben so great was you coming out of a slave mind state. And I'm writing this in my book, Culture Freedom, and I'm giving people the breakdowns of all of this shit, right? What made Dr. Ben so great to black people was prior to you hearing people like Dr. Ben, Shape Optazia, John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, you was only told about the slave story. You didn't know that the people who look like you, whether you believe they was in Africa or not, was capable of doing anything outside of being a goddamn slave with whips on his back, right? So when you get these stories from them, they start to enlighten you. You're like, oh shit, we was doing this. Oh shit, these niggas been, and then they give you a sense of pride because no one wants to think that they was just a fucking useful tool and they are not responsible for no technology. They give credit to Indians, they give credit to Chinese, they give credit to all these other classifications, and they're using your science in all their countries. The light bulb was created by Louis Latimer. Why is in every fucking country or continent? The automobile was created by C.R. Patterson. We created the motherfucking locomotive engine. We created the regular engine. We created all of this shit. If you made a goddamn refrigerator, what do a refrigerator got in it? A fucking generator or a fucking engine? So for how the fuck did you create an engine that basically replenished cold air if you wasn't the creator of it? So people gotta really dig deep within. Like, listen, if motherfuckers talk about history, that's wonderful. I mean, talking about, oh yeah, Native Americans, they danced around in circles all day and listened to this corny ass fucking music that I couldn't sit my daughter down for fucking 1 minute to listen to this shit. She'd be laughing like, well, what is this? Let me get out of here. like real.
Hey, Ahanu.
Yes, sir.
Hey, number one, man, thank you for bringing up the Gematria, because that is what's being used on us right now to pull on your heartstrings for a lot of agendas. That's what's being used. So thank you for bringing that up. I have a question for you, though. How much credit do we really give people like Dr. Ben and those people when their main focus was Africa? When they came on the scene, yeah, they were bringing up a lot of good information concerning Africa, and they always had that connection to connecting us to Africa. But there was a lady named Mary Lefkowitz that wrote a book called "Not Out of Africa," and according to today, her theory is actually right. So how much credit can we really give these people that we claim as scholars when they actually did not point us in the right direction?
Oh no, I'm not giving them. Understand this, bro, and don't let that Pan-African shit that I was talking about the other day. Don't think that this is coming from that source. Now, it's coming from the source of just finding knowledge of self, man. When you find knowledge of self is a long ride. You know what I'm saying? And some places that you visited, you're gonna have to say that shit led you to get to where you at. You understand what I'm saying? So whether or not, like, I know there's a lot of people, in some cases you could say maybe some of these people was agents, man. You understand what I'm saying? But however it go, I didn't stay at that ride that they was trying to get me to stay at. I advanced my knowledge and moved on to where we are talking about this shit today in 2020. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, it's been a journey. And not forget parts of the journey in life, man. That's like you taking your whole childhood out. You know what I'm saying? Even though if you want to say that it's false or the stuff doesn't represent you, how do you say, represent you correctly, you know what I'm saying? It still was a stepping stone for you to get to where you at now. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not giving credit to them to where, oh, they was talking. The only motherfucker when the dude was interviewing Dr. Ben and the other Jamaican brother, the Jamaican brother was telling Dr. Ben that it was black people here before Columbus, and he deflected and deviated from initiating in the conversation. You understand? So I know, you know what I'm saying? I understand all that. And like I said, for you motherfuckers who like to troll and whatever, I was playing with you niggas about the our red, black, and green. My name is a Tanchinist, man. I'm a Tanchinist to this landmass called the Amaru Key. That's the landmass that we're at. That's the landmass that they call the land of the milk and honey. That's the landmass where everybody wants to come and be you. So I know
Right.
well. I have 720 of knowledge when it comes to. I probably don't know every detail or every nook and cranny. That's why we having these bills now. Thank you for bringing the individual up. And when I stop and give you a chance to elaborate on that, you can go further and tell us where we can find something to work at. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you meet a lot of people in this community that if you don't rock with what they say, they will fucking like slander you. They listen, I self-law and master, man. I've never been no fucking follower. I've always like I surround myself around like thinking people, man. So when I say that I control my reality, meaning I control my mentality. So mentality is what creates my reality. So I control my reality by doing the knowledge to everything, by doing the research to everything. Be building with God bodies got me to this point too. Like I can never say that the gods building with the gods, like yo, let's do the knowledge today. A lot of people didn't have God bodies in their area. I happen too. And they always say, yo, do the knowledge today. Do the knowledge to it. Do the knowledge to it. Do the knowledge. What's the mathematics to that? Because math is another thing that equates to all physical, all material matter. Everything is has a number in which you track it, or it the size, the weight, the age. It's all dealing with numeric. I mean, you know what I'm saying? With numbers. So when you say do the math is just find out the equations to get where you. I mean, telling me what's your equation or what they say in scientific terms, what is your methodology that led you to believe what you believe? And part of my methodology will be the fact that trying to get knowledge yourself, trying not to be a slave minded, not to be told your people ain't never do nothing while everybody else running out here and take credit for what your people have done. So that's why I say that I'm not oblivious to a lot of these individuals. I only bring them up because that is, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like maybe I don't know how many people in the chat room came through the whole African or Pan-African studies, but however you got here, you got here. Some people at this point in time and age, they don't have to go through the Pan-African studies because you have people out here that's doing the research to where you can just attach yourself onto what's going on now. But for some of us that had to sit down and listen, some of us had to be fucking Christians, some of us had to be fucking Muslims, some of us had to be this, some of us had to be that, and not to know that all of that ain't nothing but a cultural science that was already in the world, that these people made a curriculum and these people put terms on it. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't nothing culture. So, like I said, everything is relevant for you to get to your point or where you at now. So with that, man, go and build on that, what you was talking about, the young lady, my brother.
I was going to get on the Gematria, man. That Gematria right now was being used against us. There's a couple of channels that, study Gematria. I don't want to promote nobody on your channel. But at the same time, what we can do is we can definitely look at some of these, all of a sudden these deaths that's going on. This is involved in sports, all these numbers like the Super Bowls and all this different stuff. They're using it on us, man. This Black history is being created every day, and it's being created to cause division amongst us. It's being used to cause division amongst the regular people that really don't know us, that have nothing to do with us, that's really, just being miseducated like the rest of us. The periodic table is something that also can be used when you're doing your gematria to find out who you are, to navigate this path. The longitude and latitude of where you were born at. At this point, everybody should know what hospital they come from. All you gotta do is go to Google, ask for the longitude and latitude of it, add those up, go back to the gematria, find out what those numbers mean. There's spirits on top. I wouldn't say spirits, but there's an energy to where you were born at. You might find out some things about yourself that you struggle with, or maybe some, you know, a reason why you push to a certain direction. All this information, I'm under the conclusion that this is Mayan information. I have no doubt in my mind that this is Mayan information. When you go on Gematria and you type in Maya, you're going to see the word Afro come up. I don't really know any people who was called Afro Americans at all, except for us. That's something that I think that we don't really look at. We talk a lot about the individual tribes, but if you look at how great this place is when everybody finds it, it takes a team to do this. It takes a team to build these pyramids. It takes a team to get all this stuff done. Yeah, you know, a lot of times we see the Native American stuff. If you ask them plain as day, they don't know anything concerning any of this stuff that was done here. They've already admitted that. So somebody does know. Somebody can find out. So I'm under the assumption that all this individual tribes, in my opinion, I think this is something that was put on us. I don't believe we're really this divided. And if we are right now, that doesn't mean that we always were. And that's kind of another misconception I think that we have about each other, is we're all just you know, various different groups of various different people. You know, who knows? The Cherokee name could come from somebody's grandmother. You know, all these different tribal names. So I would really press forward, man, with us to look deeper into a lot of this information. You don't have to kill the messenger because the messenger is someone different or maybe don't look like you, but really look into, you know, some of these different things that they bring forward to us, especially the Gematria. Right now, it's being used against us. They've been using it against us. I believe this, if you look at the Indian Removal Act, and they stressed that you need to take on an English name, take on our religion. If you look at the English, this may be the reason why the majority of us were able to actually, you know, get down with the program, because secretly, this is your program. You know, all this information that they're getting, they weren't using this before they came to the Americas. After they leave the Americas, now all of a sudden everybody's smart as hell. You know, that, so to me, man, and I just really think we really need to be looking at this Gematria, looking at those cards. I think hyena vulture eye was the first one I saw that brought up the cards, the playing cards, the regular cards that you use to play spades, poker, the whole nine. Look at what those cards really mean. Find out what those cards really mean. There's websites that can tell you what those cards mean, what they mean to you. How do those cards stack up when it comes to doing business with other people? It'll tell you who the people that you'll be able to get along with, who the people that you probably won't be able to get along with. So my thing is, man, there's a lot of information that's out concerning us, and it's great that other people know it, but it's even better if we know it. So that's all I had to say.
Nah, you good. And if anybody want to elaborate on that, please feel free to. One thing I want to say is this, right? So you know what it is? All of that science is coming from here. Because remember, we the ones who was made gambling. When they came here, that's where they got gambling from. We was already gambling. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think we gamble so much? You know what I'm saying? We was rolling sticks that was like dice. They found dice here. You know what I'm saying? And even with the cards, you know what I'm saying? Me and my grandmother used to sit down and play this game called I Declare War, right? You know what I'm saying? And she used to always beat me, yo. I used to be in there practice. Like, she used to always bust my ass playing that goddamn game. And the number system. My uncle right now is in his 70s, and that nigga still run numbers. You understand what I'm saying? He still run numbers right now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. So
They
is what
they
we
took
was
that from us too.
everything. Boy, y'all want to build on that? Go ahead, I'm gonna mute my mic. Go ahead and build.
Does anybody know anything about the Gematria?
I know what's in there. I know two people who I fuck with. I fuck with the young boy RFG, the chosen one, and it's another brother I fuck with named Sam Harbor. What's the joke in there? He got a new channel called Gematria something, and he ain't had like 20 channels, man, and they be deleting this shit like it ain't nothing.
There you go. The moment you start getting on that Gematria, the moment you start exposing these NBA players, all these big ass burly niggas running around talking about, oh, I'm so scared. The moment you start exposing what they're doing, matter of fact, I'll put you up on one. The rapper,
Well, that's
His name is Future. Look up Future. He had a hot song out called March Madness. Does anybody remember that song?
How long ago was that? What, all right. Are you talking about Future, the nigga that be like, the Haitian dude, or you talking about another Future?
I'm talking about Future, regular old Future, the rapper Future.
Okay, all right, okay, Future from Haiti, yeah, okay. So you talking about he got a song called what? March Madness?
March Madness. He did it in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, the rapper Future, right?
Yes. He starts off this song called March Madness called Dress It Up and Make It Real for Me.
All right, okay. Elaborate on it.
What he's gonna be talking about everything we're going through right now. He's gonna be talking about niggas acting, which is all these shootings and all this he's gonna be talking about niggas acting. I'm not saying that the shootings aren't real. I don't even want to go down that road. But what I am going to say is in 2016, all of what we're seeing right now was already prophesied by Future. He's also going to talk about what's her name? Jada Smith or Jada Pinkett. He's also going to talk about that in the song. So the whole point is, man, like, yo, this is not a coincidence. These people already know, man. Every single superstar, every single rapper, every single basketball player, man, they're all playing a part to keep us divided. Not really to keep us divided, but to hide this knowledge from us.
They use mathematics to predict the future. You know what I'm saying? So basically, if I can predict it by setting up a pre-example of the future, then the people will believe that it's real. So if I'm the Wizard of Oz, then I can create what's going to happen in the future. So that's what they doing. They put it out there, but they only do it for the ones that understand it. So they use the mathematics to hide it as a secret. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, listen, another channel that I watched, the dude was talking about why does Trump have an orange face? Has anybody figured out why does Trump have an orange face? No. So look, Trump has an orange face because he's projecting Mars on everybody. He's projecting the energy of Mars. If you look at him, only his face is orange. His hands ain't orange. His neck ain't orange, just his face. He's promoting this hate and anger bullshit to try to mislead us. So in my opinion, man, this is all being used not only just against us, but we're a large part of it. I know you've already seen the NFAC dude, him doing stuff with Trump. You should have already seen it by now. Nobody comes up out the middle of nowhere and just, decides they want to do all the shit that he's doing. Where were people at before? So the whole point is that, man, these people are projecting shit, trying to use certain energies, trying to wield this information, use it against us, use it against everybody. So I'm saying, man, we need to really be looking into this information so that we can find out exactly what's going on. The nigga Future had an album, I think it was called what? Pluto? Somebody in the chat also said Future got a song called Mask On, Mask Off. Come on, yo, you don't predict this shit years in advance and then all of a sudden be like, oh, I don't know anything. It's bullshit. You already do fucking know. They're telling you to do it.
Yeah, he probably, and you know what though? You could tell Future be on he got a different frequency. So he could be downloading a lot of that shit from the CASHAPP records, man. And he might be doing it subconsciously. A lot of people do shit subconsciously, and then consciously they really don't know until you explain it to them, and then they can tap back into it. You understand what I'm saying?
You definitely right about that. That's why you need to go on these Gematria calculators, get as much information as you can, pull up the periodic table, so you can also get your numbers from there as well to add those up and put those in the calculator as well, man. Exactly. You might be doing stuff that you don't know why you keep doing it. Why do you keep going down this road? Why you not getting nowhere with it, or why you're getting prosperous? Why you're really prosperous in a certain area? You'll be able to find out exactly why, because those numbers that add up, and they'll tell you exactly why you keep doing the shit you're doing.
That's a fact. Anybody want to elaborate on that?
Well, basically, what you want to do is you want to get on it. It's called Gematria. You could use that one. You could use Gematria Nader. and go on these websites, man. There's videos and instructions on how to use them. You're gonna need the periodic table. This is some more Mayan information. Just recently, a guy actually recreated the Mayan periodic table. So that goes to show you, man, this information was already here. This is the reason why people probably wouldn't go around certain places. They always say, "Oh, you know, Negroes are superstitious." Yeah, they are superstitious. There's a reason why they're superstitious. There's a reason why they wouldn't do certain things. So my thing is, man, we really need to unpack this information so that we can come closer together. It's great. Everybody is doing their genealogy. Everybody is trying to figure out who they are, but all this divided as far as we are concerned. I can get about what anybody else do. Because I went on some of these people's channels with the gematria, and I'm like, have you? They stay get stuck on a certain spot like slavery, and I'm like, bro, if you look a little bit deeper into it? They like, man, I see it. You know, the Washington Redskins, the Washington Red Tails, the Washington football team. This is all about you. This the Cowboys playing the Redskins in the Super Bowl. This is all about you. I'll give you another one. Deontay Wilder, the boxer, Deontay Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He fought the big Irish dude, Tyson Fury. And one of the videos that he did in one of the videos that the boy Deontay Wilder did, he exposed, he was like, there was a 6'7" dark-skinned warrior here. His name was Chief Tuscaloosa. He was like, yeah. So I feel like that kind of reminds me of myself. But how did Chief Tuscaloosa die? He got chopped down by a big Irish. All of a sudden, Deontay Wilder's second fight, he fights who? Tyson Fury. He gets chopped down. They're using this. They're wielding this all on us, man. They're doing it right before our eyes. I like Deontay Wilder, but I do not like how, if he knew all this information, why did you come out to the fight talking about you was black and all this black bullshit? Why did he come out doing that? Because they're using this energy against us.
You know what he called himself though, the bronze bomber. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he got, like you said, he got some knowledge or whatever. And, you know, it's some, even with that fight, they kind of exposed that some people said that they might have spiked his water. Some people said that the boy Tyson had his knuckles where the laces are at. So he was hitting them basically with straight fish shots or whatever. So, you know, there's some strange things surrounding that as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that I looked into as far as, and if you look at his hand, like I box, so I know when you put your hands in a boxing glove, your wrist is not gonna be flopping, but you'll break your fucking wrist hitting somebody and your wrist flop. You punching and bending your wrist, man. You'll break your fucking wrist hitting somebody full speed with your wrist going the opposite way. Your wrist ain't meant to go that way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even when you look at how his boxing gloves is bouncing around, flopping around and everything, how he's hitting them, anybody who ever put a goddamn boxing glove in the go on, whether they 12 ounces, 14 ounces, 18 ounces, 20 ounces, or etc., or whatever, you know your fist is inside the glove. There's no way your hand is taped. So you ain't supposed to be flopping your hand back and forth like that. So anybody who watched the fight, I seen it myself. I seen it, and then there's a couple people who was talking about it, just bringing light to it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story, man. But one thing I will tell you,
they also got stuff on the internet to show you that pros like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield and a lot of them at some point set up throw fights. So it's a possibility that he had to throw that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go. He had to throw that fight. That's exactly what he had. He had to throw that fight.
Hey, let me hold up real quick. AP, you still with us, AP? You're got another brother that I don't know if AP got off. I'm just gonna hold up. I'm gonna take AP off because he ain't answering. I'm gonna let the other brother Calvin pace on. Big bro, when you come back on, just let me know. I'll bring you right back in. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that really do the knowledge to a lot of this information, man. Like I said, it's all pertaining to us, whether you're American Indian, Aboriginal, whatever the fuck you are, all this energy is coming from the Americans, man. People need to really, you have to study the shit they didn't teach you, bro, because like I said, If I was just to do a regular Google search of Native Americans or the so-called indigenous people of America, they're going to try to paint a perspective for me. They're going to try to create the story in which that they are going with. They're never going to tell you it's black people here, no matter how much research you find out. They're never going to tell you that. That's how you know that it's fuckery in everything that they're hiding. You know what I'm saying? Then these people talk big. Oh, this was Atlantis. This was Atlant. Niggas sit there, oh man, that Atlantis story, some other shit. But these crackers is talking about this shit. And they're talking about the spiritual, or how do you want to say, the energetic state that we had, which was higher self over lower self. What is most of the shit you see now means that your lower self, everything is indulgement. Like, oh, mess with how many girls you want, blow your money. You know what I'm saying? Do all of this lower level stuff. And what they did was take us from our the light beings that we supposed to be. You know, that's why yesterday when I was telling when Chief was on and the brother was talking about the commandments or whatever, like I could not like kind of distinguish, because we could say if we living in a tribe, right? Let's say, for example, we living in a tribe, right? We seen niggas who mess with niggas' wives. We seen niggas who murder people. We seen people just to be fucking lying. We seen people who stealing from everybody. Once that shit presents itself, we gonna make rules against it, right? If it's not in line with what we doing, right? I mean, if we all in the tribe together, right? And I catch you, and we know stealing is forbidden, what we gonna do?
Gonna fuck them up.
We gonna fuck them up, and then what's gonna happen after you fuck them up, though?
You say what?
What's gonna happen after you fuck the person up you catch stealing?
Same thing the white man do as an example.
Yeah, but you're gonna have, but no. What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. That's the example, but the rule going, even if you fuck them up and never tell the people, well, you know what we fucked them up for. We fucked them up for stealing. So that would be something that people shouldn't, that would be thou shalt not steal, right?
Right.
Thou shalt not steal, or you gonna get this ass whooping that this nigga just got. Right? I mean, think about it. Even if we don't put it in the commandment verse, even if we just, okay, well, what did he get his ass beat for? Oh, they caught him taking something that didn't belong to him, or whatever. Oh shit, I ain't doing that. I know. Remember what happened to him? You know what I'm saying? So what? Not even if you tell them, it's still going to be a rule in which people going to gravitate toward. Now, if you allow the shit to go without nobody saying nothing, then you're going to have chaos on your hands. Nigga kill somebody in the
that's the same thing happening with us. And we actually have laws in our own community that we abide by, but we let other people get by on it. So you hey, like the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, right? Like it's a known rule. Everybody know you snitch, something gonna happen to you, right? So why is certain people allowed to do certain things and still be able to prosper in our communities? You know what I'm saying?
We got low moralities. Our morality has been brought down. You watching, like I said, you gotta you listen, bro. Let me tell you something, man. Children, I don't even listen to 97, none of that shit, man. I be having KTU on, right? You know what I'm saying? I have some shit like that on. I do not want to hear my kids talking about cooking up no. Do not want to hear my kids talking about popping pills. I do not want to hear about my kids. You bigging up all of the shit that is forbidden. You talk about killing and doing all the shit that's forbidden. Y'all promoting to us.
That's just like horror movies. Like, why would you watch a horror movie when it's showing people killing, but you don't want to be involved in no killing shit? You know what I'm saying? Like that's contradictive.
Yeah. You don't want Jason to Matt. You don't imagine you seen a motherfucker machete with a hockey mask on, nigga. Like, you don't want to be that part in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You don't want to be on that end or that end where a motherfucker chop a nigga arm off, a nigga just yelling and shit. That shit is in it. I don't even lower my what's the name with some of that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The sword shit, nigga, make you chop your man. What type of shit? Who mind did this come out of?
Hey, Ahanu. Hey, one thing I will caution us on is this, though. I caution everybody on this whole Negro patriotism. I caution you. The reason why I say that is because right now, when people are tuning in, I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend going on. And the trend is us talking down about each other, us always condemning each other, saying you don't want accountability, you don't want to be responsible. Man, listen, you don't break my arm and then give me some crutches and be like, okay, I helped you. You don't do that to each other, because that's not going to help anybody. That's going to keep the younger generation who are trying to get out. You're not going to be like, look at y'all crabs in the back. We can't keep wielding that same energy. To go along with that, again, look at sports. Where did Cam Newton just get traded to? The Patriots.
I don't know, bro, because I don't watch sports. I think any person that play with balls and watches people play with balls all day, you ain't got shit else to do. It's a paradigm. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely get that, but don't forget, rubber was made here. The rubber ball was made here. This is your culture, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, but it was used for traditional uses for specific traditions, not for every Monday night football. You know what I'm saying? See,
not an issue. I'm not against it.
Right. They pervert it because they use it. They use it for their glory. It's just like, you know, they exploit our successes, so they use it to see that it's for their entertainment. It's not traditional no more. So, you know, I don't know, man. You know, for me, I just can't watch it because it's, in a sense, it's just like it's programmed. You know what I'm saying?
It's like being comfortable in captivity. I get it. It's like being comfortable in captivity. I get it.
Right. It's like Rome with the whole Roman situation with the
Gladiator, are you not entertained? Yup, you're right.
Yeah, are you entertained? Right.
Behind the scenes, when it comes to sports, they want to keep people of all colors subdued. I played football, college football. 4 years I had dreams of going to the NFL, and I got put on the blacklist. You know what I'm saying? Peace to everybody here. I watched a million of your videos.
Peace, God.
And I just want to let y'all know when it comes to sports, they wanted to keep us subdued, and they put us on this thing called a blacklist when you don't submit. And I got put on the blacklist, you know what I'm saying? I had an agent, and he was like, we can't do nothing with you. And I'm like, why? He like, oh, your coaches told us you don't, not they didn't say I don't submit. They were just saying that, like, I was a problem. And with me, I was always going to tell them, that ain't right, coach. Like, I always challenged them, you know what I'm saying? I ain't shaved my beard. I told him I'm putting a razor on my head, you know what I'm saying? I told him, you know what I'm saying? I told him I took the Nazareth law, you know what I'm saying? I was in college, I just felt like Samson. And I felt like that was people. But in the day, it was like they make us shave our heads to like make us weak. If you ever had dreads and you cut your hair off, you would feel so weak. And it's like with sports, everybody in the league, you know what I'm saying? Like I got homeboys in the league, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but to be in the league, you got to submit. If you're not submissive, they're gonna try and break you every day.
What's homeboy name? Ricky Waters, I think it was, that played for Miami. Miami, and they were saying he was crazy. But remember, they say he was crazy because he started saying that he was God and everything, and you know what I'm saying, talking about he was indigenous to America and everything. You know.
Brothers with dreads too. There was another dude in Tampa Bay. He's the only other one who had dreads before Ricky Waters did.
They know who we are.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Ahanu, thank you, man. I don't want to be a distraction up here. I was just trying to let everybody know the Gematria. Let's get on it. Let's start looking into it. Let's start linking up when it comes to using it. Again, this will tell you people that you might be cool with, people that you might not be cool with, people who might have the same You know, they might be on the same path as you. You might be able to avoid a lot of issues, a lot of arguments. You might be able to start a business. You might be able to, you know, really get shit going once you're surrounded by the right people. And then you
You know
surround yourself.
the funny thing is everybody already using gematria. It's called the calendar. But what they did was rescribe it. So now the 10th month, the 8th month is the 10th month, and the 10th month is the 12th month. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of gematria. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, you
Right.
definitely right. But they can't use the
And,
periodic table against you. They can't use the longitude and the latitude of where you're from against you. These things are also in. It's not just the calendar. It's also, like I said, the periodic table is also used. The cards, the same cards that we play all the time, and you use those cards have something to do with it as well. So I'm saying, man, there's a lot more to it. Just like, for instance, when you find out that 33 and 3 and things like that are Freemasonry, instead of just stopping there and saying, okay, well that's some Freemasonry. Really look into it. Find out what the fuck is going on. Why would they be using at this time? Why are they trying to divide everything at this time? What are we really on to right now that's really getting them scared? So we do the census and they see everybody right now is like, you know what? I don't want to be an African American. Why? Because I'm not an African American. So what? So now all of a sudden you're seeing a lot more resistance to people actually getting together, doing the declarations, coming forward, making those statements. So that's all I'm saying, man. But you guys are
Hey,
already
look,
on it,
real
yo. You
quick
already
though.
on it.
Hold on, real quick though, Dave. Check this out. You talking about Gematria since we talking about that, right?
Yep.
But what is 3 times 3?
Nah.
Okay, what is that? If 33-degree Mason and you frozen at 30, 33, mean you can't go no higher than 33. The number of completion is what? 9. Every number after 9, all it does is recreates itself. And I forgot how my putting it. Every time you times 9 times itself, you get 9 out of it. 9 times 9 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus 7 is 9. And 9 times 9 is 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. So the shit go on and on and on. So you know what I'm saying? If we looking at the number, this is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're using a lot of the science of, you want to say, I'm gonna say the Americas, because like I showed the map the other day, Florida went into Central America, but Central America is really still North America. You know what I'm saying? If you want to call anything Central America was North America. Right?
Hey, and that number 33, if you find out you are a master 33, you need to really do your research, man. That number 33 is powerful as fuck, B. I mean, power.
I'm a 33. I did my math.
Dude, that number is powerful as hell. I mean, you should be able to do, even if you can't do it yourself, you should always be in the middle of something, in the middle of creation. So I mean, that number 33 is powerful, yo. If you got any good ideas, write them shits down. You know, find out some people that surround you that might fit in well with you. Run with that shit, because that number 33 is powerful as hell. Hey,
The
but
funny
thank you
thing
for
you
having me
say,
on here, yo.
33 equal
funny
9
thing you
still.
said about that is the fact that the reason why they made social media is because the people that subscribe to social media give all their information out. The same people that A1 said that created all these things and then they copy it is because they set up these social media so we can give all our ideas out so they can build off of it and make money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. Like I said, listen, before, when I not myself, my aunt and them generation, they didn't go to hospitals. They didn't have children inside a hospital. They would have children at home. All of a sudden now,
Right?
a midwife, exactly. All of a sudden now, they putting us in certain places. They got hospitals everywhere for you to go into. Listen, do you think it's a coincidence? LeBron James, Steph Curry, and all these different players coming out of the same fucking hospital? That's impossible. That's impossible, man. So they must be doing something in these goddamn hospitals, man.
We all went to grandma when I was little. Anybody was sick in the family. My grandma was like supposed to be a root worker, whatever. Anybody was sick, she always used herbs. But it's like our tradition, our family here in America, it's like we don't really fuck with hospitals, but once they started putting everybody in schools, I'm pretty sure everybody here on the chat got family members who don't even think they from here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just all due to the school system. And I feel like the movie Men in Black, I think they mind swiped us at one point and just erased everybody's memory or something and just started teaching us. It seemed like with
They
one
did it
generation.
from the general educate. And what you saying, look, think about it. Look, man, listen. All roads lead back to the Rockefellers, man. All roads, even from Jesse James and that lost city of gold that they said his ass found, which they said he was a goddamn Rockefeller. And then if you go back, I was just checking this documentary called Plandemic out, right, with Judy Merkel in it. And they were saying how they funded the medical system because prior to that, you know, it was a doctor that I study under. His name is Dr. Trilda. He's a European. I mean, of holistic teaching from whether they white, some of them we know, you know what I'm saying, a few of them, but they know the science, they know our science. So sometimes you got to go back through them to get your science, because you know Sabi is great, but sometimes Sabi didn't give you the complete story to everything. And I got 2 certificates under Alela Africa, right? And me and him, bro, the conversations I had with him before, he told me my grandmother said we was from Mississippi. We ain't from Africa. I said, why you ain't changed your name yet? He said, because I trademarked it. But he knew, and his wife knew. But however it go though, what I'm saying is they took once he funded it, they started using medication. They started using these vaccinations. These vaccinations all go back to that point of view. You understand what?
When they
Even
first
with,
started using TVs,
yeah, the television. They telling you.
I think when they first came out with the television, it just me because I read a lot, but my answers always just come to me like I guess the Akashic Records like so I don't have resources, I have just intuition, and it just be like I feel like when they first came out with that television, that's when we got swiped, and they using all these other things to keep us down from because we once we start eating healthy, once we start getting in the sun and them download, we start getting back to ourselves. It's like they got a lot of programs going on to keep us down. But that's just what
where you from? Where you from, Aborigine?
I'm from Miami, but my grandmother they Choctaw, Cherokee. Like my grandpa, he was Choctaw, and all my stories I hear of him was KKKs trying to kill him. You know what I'm saying? And he killed like 6, 7 of them. They used to chase him in the swamps in South Carolina. But you know, like Georgia, Florida, like Carolina, all that was like the same people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
the Muskogee, yes.
and it's like, but it's like they knew the swamps. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to get it. They know how to handle themselves in the swamps. And the KKKs just to come chase him, and he'll kill them. But he had to escape to Syracuse. He had like 25 more kids in Syracuse, but he had to leave my grandma and them behind. So I never got a chance to meet him. I just heard all his stories. But on both sides, on my mom and dad's side, we Cherokee. Anywhere, that's what I'm learning the name supposed to be now. But I never heard of Africa until I went to school. Growing up, it was all my family telling me I'm Cherokee. I'm Cherokee. Mama blood type O. All she knows is herbs, healing hands. Like
Old
that's where I
too.
come from.
I'm old too. I mean, I'm definitely old. My daughter old too. Yeah, I mean that's definitely like, you know, we gotta really tap into who we are.
But what I want to say this to you, A1, like say like my mama on my mama's side, they Cherokee. But you know you got like grandpa from your grandma. I mean you got the grandpa and grandma from your mama, you got the grandpa from your daddy's side. And say like when you keep going back, the tribes kind of like clans. I heard yesterday it was called clans and bands, but like you end up in other clans once I think the farther you go back. So how we can really just say we one clan when your ancestors coming from like different clans and they coming
Different
together.
regions.
So
No, you're
like,
right. You see, like you said, your grandfather went to Syracuse. He might have mixed with somebody that might have been from one of the Connecticut tribes, because all Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey all would have still, because they say Mahata was part of the Lenni Lenape. So we know Delaware went all Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, all of that shit one group, one nation, right? We had nations in different territories, man. That's what people is losing. A lot of these names, like that's why even when you deal with the Choctaw, Chickasaw, the Creek, the Seminole, you know what I'm saying? When you deal with them, they all are under the Muskegee tribe, Muskegee. They all are under them, whether they came from Florida, because if we rock that whole region out. That's the reason, even when we start talking about the Mayas and people like, well, the Mayas is like I told you, the
Like
map of
Miami,
Florida.
Miami,
Huh?
the
Yeah.
original name for Miami, when you spell it's Miami. Like it's Miami is Maya. Like I don't really know.
Yeah. And they talk about people saying this shit when they got here. You
Down here,
understand what I'm saying? There's also an Angola in Florida. There's also was an Andalusia in Florida.
they got this
So
site
like,
down here called the Miami Circle, and they
see?
found it. And when they found it, they was finna build apartments on it. But then these people came out with like, nah, that's sacred land. They've been doing research on it, and they found out like this carbon. I don't know if carbon dating true, but everything that's found here in Miami at the Miami Circles is going back 2,000 years, and it's 2,000 years BC. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But this
Yeah.
Miami, the Maya,
That
like, 'cause Miami
that
really
just like
connected to
that's why
like.
I was saying the other day, A1, I was saying like you know, we talking about all these clans and the connection between them, and then a boy was saying like we not all related, and I'm like, well, what do you call a family reunion? How did they learn that specific thing? If we come from, if we know we come from many families, because all of us here at some point our clan will be related to each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got third, fourth, fifth generations of different names that come up. And today we call them last names, but they just clan names. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
My
we
last
got
name
all
Pace.
these people that come together, huh?
My last name Pace, and my family. I don't have too much research on it, but the oral tradition, they saying like we were timekeepers. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And they saying
Right.
like your last name was kind of like more of your skill or your like what you did. Like your family was metal workers, or they was smiths, or it was like kind of like. But I'm not sure
Right.
if we already had these last names. But it's like what I'm hearing is that's what we were timekeepers, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Look.
Right.
So look at the images they give you of your people in Miami.
You heard of Tequista? Like
Yeah.
the Dolphin Stadium is built over the Tequistas, you know what I'm saying? Full of bones, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I know them are people, you know what I'm saying?
You can
Like,
see this right here on the screen.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is the Miami Circle. This is one part of it,
That's
right?
Miami
Now look,
Circle.
yeah. Now look, I
Yeah.
got some more. I got a few more pictures pulled up on it. But look at the people they give you. So, and we know goddamn well
It's too hot for that.
you ain't never
Man.
seen them people in Florida unless they migrated there from another part of the. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen.
I'm put it like this to you, A1. I down here, like we got Chico, Spanish. We don't really deal with white people. When I say white, Caucasian, like we deal with Hispanic, Spanish looking people. Really Spaniards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And none of them don't
Yeah,
like
like
the
what you
sun.
saying? Like they would be more Latino, right? You talking about?
They don't like the sun. They don't play with the sun. When we go outside and work, I used to work for the garbage company. When it comes to Spanish people, they don't play with the sun. So when you see that, when I see this picture and I see less trees, nothing but sky, that's all.
Yeah.
It already let me know there's a lie, because they can't stand the sun. They
Really?
can't stand it.
That's very true, because I live up north, and these people say it all the time. They be like, when it get summertime,
Man.
and they live in literally in the woods. They stay away from the sun.
Hey, well, you see how
Seriously.
you see all that skin? They will not be showing their skin.
Right.
They will not be showing. They
Right.
will have a bucket hat on. They will have a long sleeve shirt on. Their whole body will be covered.
So when they show you this shit right here, this is a misrepresentation of our people. But I mean, you got some individuals who do research on this that just try to equate all Indians and say, oh, we want big money grip, because it's like I said, it's almost 60 million of us. So I'm not trying to really pick and do the subtractions and saying, well, how many of them are really Africans? Because you can't prove to me without a reasonable doubt that even they tell you, even when you deal with America, according to them, 380,000 Africans came in. And then I reject that, right? I reject that totally. And what I would do is I'll move this. Let's say, was it black people already in the Caribbean when you before you?
Right.
That's the questions that I like.
So the book, what it's called, The New World, whether by John O'Gilvy or Arnold Montanus,
I
whatever.
know this Martinez, yes.
Like when the Soto, Ponce de Leon, they Florida fucked them up. They couldn't play around Tampa area, the Calusas. They couldn't come with the Keisters around the Miami area, the Ayers, the Jagar, the Tumakua, like all that. They fucked them up. Like, and if you read the book, everything they saying, it was a big black chief saying, "Hope, like who y'all is, like y'all come any closer, we gonna burn y'all shit." And they describe all as big black people. So when I see this Takista looking thing, you know what I'm saying? It I don't know where this picture come from, but in Montana's book, you know how it's draws, you know what I'm saying? But if you read the Ponce de Leon notes and the Soto notes, they saw us. They describe us.
I got a picture of it. Hold up. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Tamako. The
It's
Tamako.
Tamuakan, the Calusa, the Ayers. Takista was in Miami area. The Tumakuas was like in like I want to say like there was like Tampa, like Tampa areas. No, the Calusa was the Tampa areas. The Tumacool is like Jacksonville areas. The Ayers, the Jagar, that's like West Palm Beach. You know what I'm saying? On the East Coast, the Calusa was like on the Tampa side. The Jagar, the Ayers, the Keistas, we was like Southeast. But it was
Look, hey, Big Bro.
that
This
there
is
right
the
there.
image.
That's
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, that's why I still got the gold. I still wear the gold like this. In Miami, if you ever come to Miami, everybody got on gold.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody,
Oh,
you
this
gonna see
nigga got
dude.
gold teeth in his mouth too, bro.
Yeah, man, everything gold out here, and it's like I don't wear that decoration. Like I put my chain in the sun. I buried my chain for weeks just to absorb it. It ain't decoration. Like it's bigger than that. But yeah, we it's like that down here.
And now look, you never seen an Indian that look like this. So where's these niggas at? Why don't none of the people that they show us have entire on? That would tell us that we have to be different from the fucking people they showing us, man. And if we're looking at them, because even when you come through this shit, you start looking at dark skinned natives, and I'm not saying some of them into the plains and mix with them. That's not my argument. I'm not here to tell you that, but I can tell you one thing: that our people is still in the same regions and territories that we always been in. So to come east, to come, let's say when they, according to their story, because they're only telling you the story of the white Slavs coming here in 1619, right?
Yeah.
And to come from Virginia and
A1.
yes,
I got a friend I played college football with. He's Slovakian. He come over here and my teammate. You know what I'm saying? You know what he told me? Cause I
yeah.
be telling them like I be messing with them. They be all asking what you is. And I be like I'm from here. Like I let them know from here, and they be laughing. I had a pirate hat on one time when they came down. They was telling me I'm the last pirate of the Caribbean, and he told me we were slaves. Our people were slaves first. The Slavs. That's what he told me this out his
Yep.
mouth.
They know that. I had a
Yeah,
teacher that told me he was Slavic and told me the same goddamn thing, bro. And
they
I
know that.
said, where the Slavic people from? He said like Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, Slovakia.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, so you know this already? And then like I said, see, what they did was they did a face off, mask off, mask on, mask off on us and shit, right? Because what they did was they took our knowledge, like you said, they did the Men in Black flash thing on us, and everything that they saying we were, and everything we were, they saying that they were, and then the shit is working because you got too much division among people.
And
Look, I
we think that when they say black status and white status, like white, the etymology of white is light, bright, like your skin when you shine, you shining, like you shining light. You know what I'm saying? That's we think black. You know what I'm saying? But we know what it is. But at the end of the day, like we supposed to claim they took our white status.
And see, when you tell people that, motherfucker, that's that Morris shit, nigga. Malcolm X. So if you ain't get nothing out of the Malcolm X movie, when he was reading the definition of black, he said bleach, old pal.
Yeah.
What black is, and I was one that was teaching from the census, right? And I just like something just like smacked me in the head, like, you motherfucking idiot. Look, man, this is really what's really going on. What's really going on is the black people are the white people, and the white people are the black people. And how I came into understanding that, because I'm like, wait a minute, all of these millions of white people came here after the KKK ran after they did what they did when they created after 1865.
The KKK was made to get rid of us. They was fighting.
Yeah, because that was a golden circle, man. That's
like you know about Malcolm X daddy. Like if you do research on him, who he was, like who Malcolm X family was, like they was one with us.
That's a fact. And he was free. He wasn't no goddamn Malcolm X's father wasn't no slave. He had weapons and everything. So you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no slave, but that's what I'm saying. What they did, and the same way how you see them running up on a single family is the same way they did these towns. That's why they going into these towns, burning them, because they brought a lot of these people over from Europe, and these people was the reinforcements. That's why when you see what's the shit called, gangs in New York, that's about them bringing the Europeans in. They used Ellis Island. Ellis Island really was an indigenous fucking port, man. That's why they put the Statue of Liberty on the Star Fort there. The Star Fort was, we sat Star Forts at the mouth of every river. And see, if you don't know that we had the science of building here, then you'll look at that shit like, oh, the white man built that for you. That's why.
Right.
You know, like Master Moose and all them coming here like way a long time ago.
I don't even believe that. Because if
I don't know if it's true. I don't know if you heard of it. But
I'm not pulling up on you. Look, you from Florida, right? I'm not pulling up on you from a whole nother place I never been, unless he was from here. You see, that's how I look at it, because I see
they said somebody he was going to find his brother.
Yeah, but that's what you know. But look. Remember what they saying? They're saying that to put that in the narrative of the whole Africa shit. And a lot of these Pan-Africans are like, well, you know, Abu Dhabi came in 1500. No, bitch, because we got the bones of fucking Brazil, and that shit go back 13,000 years. So
hey, if you see a documentary on Mansa Musa and they go into Mali, and them people when they talk about Mansa Musa, all of them hate him. They mad at him. You can look at documentaries. Them people, when they talk about him, the Africans that's there, they hate him. So I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
King Solomon supposed to got all this gold from over here, like from over here.
They saying that when rocks cry out, they telling you Solomon Temple was in Peru. They telling you all of that shit. When you read Rocks Cry Out by Horace Butler, that was another book that made me really like, you know, when shout out to Red Pill and Blue Pill, Know the Ledge radio or whatever, because they one of the only niggas who did an interview with him.
Right.
Only niggas who did a fucking interview with Horace.
Hey, why you think they have those dams? Like, think about it. They going out west. They need to find gold. They mining gold. It get dammed up. Soon as it get dammed up, all of a sudden you have the 49ers going out west. Yeah. Because that's where the mines was. And you look in Utah and you look into those areas in Utah, all of them are over water, because that's how we traveled. You got on a waterway, which was a river, right? And think of a car, right? Highway, because we didn't have highways then, right? You get on a boat, and a boat can take you 70 to 80 miles per hour from one part of the Mississippi to the next. You know what I'm saying? And from that, you can take other highways, which will be other river excursions that you can take going out west or out east. You know what I'm saying? Because the power, once the water is flowing, it's powerful. You know what I'm saying? But they dammed it up.
Yeah. And that's it. So look, even like what you're saying though. So boom, That's why the Grand Canyon looked the way the Grand Canyon at one point in time had to be water flowing through there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
All the boxes
A1,
birds through.
those were shops. So look at a grocery store, right? You traveling on the water. If you look up in them pillars up top where the mountains, them top peaks of the mountains, it's caverns there. And what is a cavern? A cavern is a storefront. So if I had goods and I wanted to sell them to people traveling, I could just sit up in my cavern in my storefront and sell my goods.
And
While
that's it.
people
Look,
riding on they, you know what I'm saying?
yes. Look, bro.
Those Grand Canyon,
That's
like
why.
it's been eroded with water. It's like it was like it's like, you know how it's so-called erosion. If you look at the Grand Canyon, like it's too smooth and like over millions of billions, it's like water probably was flowing through there.
It's like somebody had to chisel that shit in. Like, motherfucker ain't had no giant drill or no giant chisel to make that look the way it looked.
Right, and look at the Pablos. When they talk about the Pablo people, those blacks that was there, and the Pablos up in all up over there in those areas, they disappeared because the water wasn't flowing no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just like a fisherman. If the lake dry out, then how the hell he gonna fish? He gonna try to find some more water. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. And that's why these niggas don't fucking understand shit, bro. When I do my research for Mu, right? I do my research from Mu. They'll tell you that the people from Mu were seafarers. They'll tell you that the people from Mu used to leave there and come back 10 years later on and shit. Niggas like, yeah, where y'all was at? Or we was on that side of the we was over there or whatever. They said that all the rivers in Mu had fucking forts on them, brother. The same fucking thing they got in America, brother. Like I just told you, if you look at the Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Liberty is at the Hudson River. That starport that it sits on used to be a fucking trading port. And if you look at Ellis Island is the same goddamn thing.
Right.
So we was able to go up and down we was able to go up and down, and like you said, boom, that's like traveling. Where you think they get these highway stops from? They got that from the rivers, man.
Right.
Like you said,
look at the bridge. Look at the bridge crossing. I forgot what that big bridge is crossing into Louisiana. You know, that's like 3 inches, man. You can look over, you pretty much riding on top of water. You know what I'm saying? So
that's how it is in Virginia too. The Chesapeake Bay. That shit, bro. Listen, bro, I drove a truck over that motherfucker at night. Bro, that shit is like, yo, niggas like, yo, I'm just trying to get the fuck off this shit. I don't like water I don't like water like that. And look at the Golden Gate Bridge. Now look, the Golden Gate Bridge, the same goddamn thing, right? If you look at the Golden Gate Bridge, they said Alcatraz used to be where Indians used to be on. Well, you know they talking about us, but they're gonna make it seem like, oh, these are primitive people just playing in dirt or whatever. Right. They're telling you that was another fucking port. So before you got into California, you had a place to stop, replenish, chill if you wanted to, and keep it fucking moving. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, A1, think about a prison. What do you think they put prisons in certain areas because it's low? It has a low frequency in those areas, and it don't work right with us. You know what I'm saying?
No, hey, look. So when I don't know where you guys at. I'm in Jersey, right? And
I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, look, check this out. Let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you Waterways State Prison, bro. Let me show you Waterways State Prison. You niggas ain't gonna believe this shit, bro. This shit out.
Hey, the movie X-Men show you that they have prisons, right? And they in prisons shut down their frequencies of what they use, their frequency powers and all that stuff.
Prison. So, look at the word. Look at the word prison.
Right.
Look, this Waterways State Prison right here, Money Grip.
Right.
They didn't build this shit, my dude.
Right.
You see the wall around it? You see this shit right around it? This is a fort, man.
Right.
A goddamn fort, bro. And see where this is at, right? Look at the top. Look at the top of it. Where this is at basically is by like Elizabeth, and they got rivers and shit over there. Like they got rivers. They must have drained the water from certain parts of that place because they got a place called Bayway. It's called Bay
Right.
Way. They got a place called Bay Way in fucking Elizabeth. Before you, it was a river flowing through there that went through the back of this motherfucker, bro.
Right.
Straight the
Kind of
fuck
like,
up.
in the frequency areas, it's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, where it shuts down certain frequencies in those areas. Man, come on, bro.
Yes.
That shit bananas, yo.
You're right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, see, they basically then took a lot of this science from us, man, to where we ain't never gonna understand it unless you really do the knowledge to it. Now look how this shit built. This shit built in sectors, man. It's built in sectors. They're doing
And they all built it like X's. They like built in like an X.
No.
Like all of them is built the same way. They in the X for some reason.
Well, that's why I be telling these niggas, like, man, you cannot stop with just some Native American culture, bro. And then you run around here telling people the pyramids and none of this other shit that's our shit. It matters, man. Like you stop it. And like I say, for the people who fall into that category, then you should be the biggest Indian there is, because you shouldn't have no time to listen to nothing. That only thing you should be listening to is shit that's gonna get you in your proper fucking person. If you're not listening to the pyramid shit, if you're not listening to none of this shit, you should already have land. What the fuck is you waiting for?
Right.
If you ain't paying no attention to this shit.
Yeah, but you know, like I know you were saying something about the war bonnet. Really, the war bonnet is not. It's for them to. Okay, put like this. It's just like they got those fractions of people that wear those buffalo hats, right? And it's symbolizing the fro. That's the same thing they do. In order for me to be a part of your for me to be recognized as one of you, when you're a part, so we had to make things to make people know, hey, he with us. So a lot of those people that wear that stuff, that tradition, they got it from us. But they got it from us because we had to design outfits to make them know that, hey, they part of us. Don't kill them. Keep them with us. You know what I'm saying? And when the man came and got them and let them free, they just kept on a tradition. That's why they on a reservation, because the part that they play in the stuff that they went against them. You know what I'm saying? But see, the ones on the reservation been brainwashed to not knowing where they place at with us. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fucked up part about it.
They didn't have no land to begin with, so any place that they put them, the motherfuckers would have been happy. You see what I'm saying? Now, look at this is Alcatraz. Look how the inside of Alcatraz is made, brother. Look at this shit. Look, these are not. Look how old these fucking doors look, bro.
Right.
This ain't no new shit right here. Now look, Alcatraz. Okay. Now I'm just gonna leave that there, right?
Right.
I'm not even gonna get all into it. You know what I'm saying? Also is like another way of saying El. You know what I'm saying?
Or Al Malik. Meaning the God. Right.
Don't want to go in too far. Look. Don't want to go because these niggas like we gotta keep understanding so I don't lose people. You know what I'm saying? People think like, oh man, A1 be going, he say some other shit like, you know, I mean, hey man, you know, this is Alcatraz. It's called the Rock. Now, if you know, they had a Rock of Gibraltar as well. You see what I'm saying? And if you look at the Rock of Gibraltar, you're like, how the fuck these niggas build this shit up into this, man? This is some God shit.
Right.
Some God shit, right?
It was a fort. It was a fort. Like you said, it was a fort.
That's why they put it there, bro. That's all it was. It was the fucking fort before you got into the Iberian Peninsula. And that's the same thing. Like you'll find pyramids off the coast of Portugal or whatever. Port of Gaul. They're telling you what these shits are, bro. That's why people don't understand. See, when you talk about our history and you look at primitive Native Americans, you thinking them niggas living off of corn. Nah, motherfuckers, we had a fucking major trading port, bro. That's what they took over. They took over the fucking trades, man. And people, you don't know your history properly. But you listening to too many people who deceive, who telling you not to check this out, that keep talking about the 1800. We already know about what happened. If you can go, you can go back to Walter Plecker, and he's telling you, he classifying you as color, and be satisfied to know who you are at that point in time. But to really get a great glimpse or aspect of what really happened, you gotta go back further than that, bro. You got to. You got to. Yeah, okay, you got time to do your geology, you got time to claim who you are, you got time to do all that. But you still, it's just like if I'm in a house, right? Okay, I'm in a brand new house. This is a mansion. I gotta go through I'm gonna walk through the whole fucking house. I'm gonna go through the whole house. I'm gonna look at every room. I'm gonna look at every basement, every, you know what I'm saying, cabinet. I'm going through my whole house. And the same thing with the Americas, because all of this shit is connected. And every time you find more and more history, you have to kind of factor into what you haven't been taught. Because a lot of stuff they don't want you to know, and they will give it to you like it's a mythology being. Oh, the Phoenicians came here. Nigga, the Phoenicians are from America. They didn't come here, they weren't from here.
Hey, and I was going when the brother brought up the whole Dr. Ben thing. That's just backwards learning your history, because believe it or not, we put pyramids everywhere. We did that. That's why the story is going backwards. Now you find it everything, all the history that we need to know in Americas, because this is where we supposed to been learning from the beginning, where we started from. See, all that other shit is backwards. Going to Africa and all that shit, that's after we left and did things in Japan and in China and Russia and all that shit in Africa. And then we not recognizing where the real homeland. Now you talk about motherland. Well, what about the fatherland? Where the fuck did daddy start at? You know what I'm saying? Well, daddy started in America and he moved around planting his babies every fucking where. You know what I'm saying? Giving life to all these other people. You know what I'm saying? And they went back and tried to find daddy, just like niggas do today. They want to know who their damn daddy is. You know what I'm saying?
Build on that, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Keep that build going, because that's the type of shit people need to hear, man. And like I tell people, like, when you really get into this real research, bro, every continent had a goddess called Maya, okay? The great priest of Anu name was Maya, okay? Now, you know, I got numerous sources where they're telling you that they saying this is what they're saying. You know, outside of some of the other information we already know about Egypt, about off leaving here and going over there, making the settlement here. We find off emerald tablets here, but some niggas like, man, that ain't got nothing to do with us now. What we gonna do now? Well, listen, there's enough people who talk about that. I'm not talking about that now, so maybe this conversation is not for you. You see, like don't force me to lock myself into the prison you in, because you want. I already did my declaration. I'm already Indians not taxed.
Right.
I'm already doing it. I just came from shop, right? And I got some. You contracting your skills out. You see what I'm saying? You have to know how to contract your skills, and no one can extort you for your energy and take money from your labor. Now, just think of it like this, right? Imagine if I came up on your block and said, "Yo, man, you making money like that? All right, well, I'm gonna need how much you guys made, 100? All right, give me $30 out of that. I'm going to tax you for your labor."
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to know how they tax you, how it's called currency, and how all of this shit is related, and what you can do to offset it. They tell you, listen, bro, I've been knew that even before I was even dealing with this Indian. So if you watch From Freedom to Fascism with Aaron Russo, when he talking to the lady Cheryl Jackson, and they locked her ass up because they didn't want her to be disclosing this information. Plus, she had a contract with them. She was an IRS agent, so she wasn't supposed to disclose certain information out, because that is part of it. You know what I'm saying? So once you got a contract with them, you got to obey by that contract until you get out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Until you get out that contract, you got to basically keep their contract. That's why they basically did what they did to that lady Judy Berkovich. They put a gag order on for 5 years because she was contracted with them particular lab as a scientist for that long. So once her contract was up, she was able to fucking talk about whatever she wanted to talk about, and all they did was make her look like a guy, like she was fucking crazy. You see what I'm saying? But when we dealing with this information, man, people gotta understand, man. You know, we have to understand our whole history, bro. That's the reason now why we in
It's
this.
backward. We actually learning backwards learning. We learning things from the backwards end of it. Look at how the geneticists and all the scientists are going into America, learning things now that they assumed the first time. They assumed everything was older somewhere else. Well, now the science is saying, hey, most of this stuff in America is older than everywhere else. You know why? It's because we are doing the research. We the ones that's out here finding stuff and doing it, and now they have to prove that it's not. You understand? So all we did was learn, like you said, when you come into this knowledge, yeah, we went through Pan-Africanism and learning all this different stuff, but all it did was help you understand yourself, understand where you come from, and what have you contribute to this whole of learning of history about yourself. You know what I'm saying? We contribute a lot of stuff to this world, but we not taking the accolades for everything that we have done all around the world. Like I said, Russia, China, Mongolia, goddamn Japan, China, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere, Africa, India, all the sciences is coming right back to us. So the reason why we claiming that we're American is because this is our solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have a flat out understanding of the world. We got everything. We learn history from everybody. You know what I'm saying? We not just living in Africa and the only thing we know is Africa. No, the reason why we got a blank slate is because we need to learn everything about ourselves, though, and all the contributions we did around the world. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, let me show y'all something real quick. Hold up. Let me see. All right, let me show y'all something real quick. Now, look, a motherfucker who do the work, you have to take into consideration, and you got to also say that maybe some of the stuff is not right and exact, but you still have to do the research, right? So I put this out a couple years back. I just want to read something real quick. I'm gonna show you guys something else, right? So it's saying, let us consider, this is out of Michael Creemore's book, Forbidden Archaeology, right? So he's saying, let us consider an interesting report from Morrisville Times, a newspaper published in a little town called Morrisville, Illinois, in the year of 1892. It tells of a woman who was putting a big piece of coal into her burning stove. The piece of coal broke in half, and inside she found a beautiful gold chain, 10 inches long. It's saying the piece of coal was attached to it, end of the chain, demonstrating that the chain has been solidified and thick into the coal. From the newspaper report, we were able to determine that the mine from which the coal came, according to the Geological Survey of the state of Illinois, that the coal mine was 300 million years old, the same age as the skeleton that we found in the same state. Let's check this out, right? Right here. Let's go back to scientific literature, 1862, scientific journal called The Geologist. Told human skulls, it's saying found in 90 feet. Listen, the human skeleton was found in 90 feet below the surface of Macomb County in Illinois. According to reports, there was a 2-foot layer of unbroken slate rock directly above the skeleton. It's saying from the government geologist of the state of Illinois, I learned that the layer of earth in which the skeleton was found was 300 million years old. Okay, now you can sit back and say, oh, well, these are experts. I'm not saying that they know the time. I'm not saying that the timeline could just be, we could be actually 10 years in existence. But how they mapping it, you have to take in consideration how they come up with this time. Now look, let me show you something. This is in New York, right? This is in God damn, man, fucking park. Oh, this Prospect Park in New York.
That's corn.
Prospect Park. Do you see that?
That's corn.
Yeah, that's corn, right? That's corn. Now this is one of the pillars that's holding the building up. Now look, watch how it look. Look, these same little cabins, the same thing they got in Central Park. Look at this shit. This was already there.
And what that said?
This is already there. I've seen this in Central Park, bro. The same goddamn thing. They got the same shit. This is in Prospect Park in Brooklyn. You understand? So, like I said, if you don't know you had the signs from 0 to 9 at this point in time, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, like how Dr. Ben showed us that we was doing all this, just to see that we was doing it here. And this primitive Native American fucking culture that everybody seems like they want to be, and you want to stay stuck at that shit, and you want to tell me to stay stuck with you? Fuck out of here, man. You wanna run around in circles and go do all that shit? Good luck. I'm not doing my people don't rhythm off, my people don't vibe off of that frequency money, Grip.
How you feel about Thoth, A1?
Huh?
How you feel about Thoth?
Oh, Thoth, we know who Thoth was. Thoth was what's the name? What the fuck is the feather serpent?
Cause he like the one.
Hey, being that you brought that Thoth up, man, I think Thoth has a lot to do with the Gematria. You know? If you listen to some of the writings, he talks about being a light bearer, what will get you to the light, separate light from the darkness, and things like that. I think that has a lot to do with the Gematria.
Cause he I don't know how, cause I realized stuff, so I can't say what's true, but my mind be like piece of the puzzle, so I don't know. But it's like me hearing like the Zachariah Sitchin story and all this stuff, and me seeing like Thoth really supposed to be like Ingazita, Inky son, Thoth, whatever. But it's like, but I'm reading the Emerald tablets, and Thoth talking about his daddy Thoth, man, but he just breaking everything down. How they left Atlantis and they went to Egypt, and they saw the people, and like they was like they left from Atlantis and went to Egypt and built Egypt up. You know what I'm saying?
Atlan, which is America, Atlan, right?
Yeah.
Atlan is, right? So even when you hear about the Thoth rolling with the Olmec, like they was rolling, they was in the car together. Yeah. Like Thoth was picking these niggas up every day. They saying they rolling with them. So they had to be the same goddamn people. So when you saying that son and all of this and the story nah, that's real talk. But niggas brain don't go that far. They don't know how to connect shit.
Okay, think about this. All right, remember him and his brother Mardu supposed to be warring with each other, and then
Mardu.
But Thoth was running Egypt over there. Wherever Egypt was over here, over there. But Thoth was running. He was in charge of Egypt. But I think it was over there in Africa. We want to call it Africa. But when Inky was like, "Fuck it, just go," he sent Thoth to America, and he's like, when he sent Thoth to America, like he came and finished like running this over here. Seemed like.
I think the story, you know, I'm gonna tell you why I think the story is backwards, because I can already prove that America's Atlantis. I can already prove Thoth left from Atlantis. I can already prove that people from America went to Egypt and built. So they just trying to keep that narrative of Africa coming first, no matter how you put it. You know what I'm saying? Even if we put the story in perspective and we say, well, wait a minute. What did they find?
The Emerald Tablets older than the pyramids.
Yeah, the Emerald Tablets is found in Central and South America.
And I think them Emerald Tablets older than that stuff in Africa, though.
It's all older. Man, listen, bro. That shit is writing to where they can't even, they don't know what the hell is on. I mean, some people know, they try to, you know, some people will try to decipher this shit. But some of that writing is in a language that motherfuckers that these people already said they don't know what the hell that is.
Hey yo, Ahanu, you ever heard of the guy on YouTube named UB News?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, he already did the video breaking down, and that shit's an amusement park over there. It was like that whole Egypt over there is an amusement park.
Oh, I saw that too. Yeah,
you know,
you know what? I say, and I got images of them fucking using a crane to put together them from a lot of the shit over there. You know,
yeah, he showed that too. He showed that they was basically making it a big amusement park. It sits in the middle of like 3 countries. So basically, you know, ain't nothing there.
Got you. Check this out though. Remember, Egypt just don't have, because remember, even when if I pull up this map of Barbaria, where Egypt is at is where they call Africa, right? Now check this out. Now, we don't have to assume that they're talking about Egypt. We can assume that they're talking about the whole Iberian Peninsula, that they're talking about Göbekli Tepe, that they're talking about the Rock of Gibraltar, that they're talking about Rome, that they talking about all of this shit that's over there. Because if you go and look, like I said, you have to think of it like this. Let's think of it like this, right? If you're a Pan-African, right? Why do all of the people who deal with all of the technology always talk about North Africa, but you don't see none of the stuff in North Africa in any other part of the Sub-Sahara? You understand what I'm saying? So, and even when you look over there, like I just said, it's pyramids in Portugal. So we can maybe come up with a theory to say, well, boom, he ain't just go to Egypt. They went over there and built all that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
All the
understand what
Maya
I'm saying?
moves, like people
Like
were at.
I know about about them building the pyramids and everything. I mean, that's and you can look on a map too. They don't show no pyramids on a lot of the maps. Like a lot of the maps I got, you don't see pyramids coming into the play until maybe like the fucking middle of the 1800s. You understand what I'm saying? So we can definitely make that assumption, but outside of the shit that's in Egypt, like my understanding that Gobekli Tepe, you got all of that shit over there, man. You know what I'm saying? And we know some of that shit they could have took from over here. They could have took a lot of stuff because I got an article where they found the man smuggling 3,000 Sumerian artifacts from Peru. Oh, then take it into what's the name, the Middle East or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different, you understand what I'm saying?
Like
Hey, yo,
Peru,
peep
Peru
this.
is Haru the plagiarized story of Peru? Just thinking.
Haru.
No, but Peru is supposed to be like that's Haru, but
Yeah,
like
Hawk.
but
We
it's
don't
like
see Hawk in America. The Hawk that they talk about over there came from over here. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, Ahanu, I did peep this. I did not save it. I'm pretty sure I will be able to find it if I continue to look for it. But I did see that in the Grand Canyon, there were pharaohs, not necessarily pharaohs, but there were mummies in the Grand Canyon. What they did was a dude named Theodore Roosevelt, the president. He pulled those out, and then somebody in Egypt was notified over there in Africa and was like, "Can you give us our mummies back?" So the mummies all of a sudden was a big lie, or there were no mummies down there. Nobody found nothing down there. And all of a sudden, I think a couple years later, you started to see this resurgence of over there in Africa. They're like, oh, yeah, we found all these mummies when there was a flood and this, that, and the third. So in my opinion, I believe they made that whole thing up. And then they took the mummies that was in the Grand Canyon and sent them over there so that they could put them on display over there on that side of the world.
In Memphis, it's like Egypt too. It's someone in Memphis. It's like they got it on lockdown. It's basically like tomb, Egypt, so-called Egyptian tomb, but they found it in Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know if you heard of it. You can look up on it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of Egypt that's over here, but they ain't saying the date. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna tell us the truth, but they finding everything over here. Everything been found on this side, and like Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt, like North America, South America. Like, I don't know if you ever heard about that. Like, it's like that's supposed to be in Upper Egypt and in Lower Egypt.
Yeah, I did see again. You know, we weren't living at that time, so you know, I don't think it's a crime in trying to figure out and read. You know, as much as all you can do is try to gather information. That's all we could do at this point, and you know, use what we can, throw away the rest. So at the end of the day, man, I think everybody is doing the same thing. They just trying to get information, put it out there as much as they can. But hey, Ahanu, I'm from the Chesapeake Bay, yo. I'm from the Chesapeake Bay, and in the Bay, yo, like I remember a couple builds ago, you said, "Well, I don't really use a lot of I don't really use a lot of those maps because they're kind of disingenuous at times." Hey, listen, some of those monsters or those fish that they would say that would be in these water systems and rivers and shit like that. Hey, yo, it's true because as a kid, we would see dolphins and shit like that in the Bay all the time.
Bro,
They
I
stopped.
just saying, look, want to hear something crazy when I went down to what's that shit called in Virginia Beach, right? When I went to Virginia Beach, right? No. I ain't go to. I went to Ocean City. When I went to Ocean City, I was sitting on the beach, I seen about 100 fucking dolphins come through, bro. And I took a video of it, and I can't even fucking find the shit, bro. I recorded them niggas jumping out of the water and everything. I was like, wow. I was definitely amazed. But I mean, it's a lot of stuff that was here in the Americas that they're saying, like, you know, a lot of these moves, a lot of we had fucking lions, I mean, listen, man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I just try to, like, if I can, like, I have to see something in the word in first person for me to be able to give, you know what I'm saying? For me to be able to give my account of it, you know, understand everything outside of that. For me, it's not
What about
hearsay.
Pangea stories
I
and
just
all
can't
that?
prove it. I just can't prove. You understand what I'm saying? I just can't prove some of the stuff, though. But
What
I
about like
definitely look at a
Pangea,
lot of that.
the land supposed to be together at one point, and so-called tectonic plate land shift and land split apart? If the Pangea story is supposed to be true, like, and we all one people, you know what I'm saying? When the land so-called shift or whatever cataclysm that could have happened, you know what I'm saying? Everybody stayed on their lands, and if we crossed later on this, but at one point Africa didn't never exist. You know what I'm saying? And these, like, we was all one people, unless it was some like the genetic splicing and all that going on, and people being created. But and then
I
unless
mean,
there's other beings coming from outer space and doing, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know
So
about all that weirdo shit. Hey yo,
that's weirdo, bro.
being from the Bay, like over there in the Chesapeake Bay, there used to be like 22 islands over there, but now it's only like 15, and some of them are still being washed away. So again, you know, you have the water risings and the waters going back, you know, 24/7. So some of that stuff could be true as far as tectonic plates and how things move and shit like that. So, you know, it's definitely worth looking at, man. Hey, I gotta get off, but hey, do get Gematria, man. Like really, really dig more into that so we can start uncovering more things, man. And thank you, Ahanu, for bringing that shit up too.
Indeed, my brother, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the God, man. So, you know, I try to gravitate with it all, man. Everybody's not ready for some of this stuff, but you know, that's on them. Like, it ain't gonna stop me from me trying to strive or me trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to get to where I'm trying to go, man. So, you know, just take, like I said, some things you can take that's tangible, things that's not tangible to you, just gotta keep it moving, man. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
At the
Thanks
end,
again, y'all. Appreciate it. And y'all be easy, yo.
indeed, brother. You're always welcome to come back, brother. So,
Oh, thank you, thank you,
you
thank you.
brothers, man, y'all always welcome to come on, man. I'm actually about to get out of here. I got some running around to do, man. I appreciate you brothers for coming through, bro.
Before you go, I
I
want
got my
to
email. Nah, bro. Listen, this is the home, man. It's the home of the motherfucking Aborigines and the gods, man. You know
I
what I'm
want
saying?
to say this because, like I said, I'm more, it's like from the soul, and I just want you to know this. You a soul. Everybody don't got a soul, but you a soul. And when we was in our mama womb, when she was breathing in, she was breathing in everything that was in her environment. So we come from the soul where our mama was at. And that's all I gotta say.
Yo, bro, listen, man. Peace to the God, man. Email me, bro. Like I said, man, we're gonna be doing this more often or whatever. Just bringing brothers on, letting them build, letting everybody get, you know, vent, and even motherfucker want to come up here and curse me out or whatever. Let motherfuckers vent and get some goddamn peace.
Hey,
You know
you
what I'm
show
saying,
enough
man?
person, I be rolling, I be blowing, listen, you be snapping, I be rolling.
Man,
I love
listen,
it
bro.
when
You
you
know,
come
man,
fight.
listen. You know how we do, man. You know what I'm saying? We cut like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? I can get into my graduate education words, but I don't be, man. I just be trying to bring it from the heart. I try not to rehearse. I try to sound like somebody who you can relate to, man, as opposed to me sound like some scientific nerd up here, whatever. You know, because we need all people who we can relate to, man. So blessings to you.
I be wishing there's a way I could just share your on my Facebook, but I just know everything you bringing, man, is on point. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I'm
just
gonna
keep
drop
waiting.
some kid-friendly joints, man. I got a bunch of stuff that I just been trying to condense it and put it into different files and everything. So I got some things I'm gonna be doing kid-friendly. I'm gonna rehearse it to where I'm not cursing. I'm gonna do a whole bill. It might be like a 4-hour bill. I might have to break it up into different parts, but I'm gonna do a whole bill on all of the scientific, all the stuff I found pertaining to America, getting into the tribe. And like I said, I got my documentary coming out as well as the book to go with it, man. And like I said, brother, you always welcome to come through, bro. You need me for anything?
I got one question there. How you find where you can like not be taxed and all that stuff? How you do all that? I email you. I put an email you. You know what I'm saying?
As far as what you talking about, work?
I heard you say something like that earlier. Yeah.
Oh, work. Oh, all right, boom. I seen you the documentation for that. That ain't about nothing. You could do that, like, you know what I'm saying. But what I did was I just gave them status. And see, what I did was when I got mine's done or whatever. When I did what I did, I kept all of the certified mail cards and I stapled them to my document. So when I show people, like, look, this shit came from the Vatican, this shit came from the Federal Reserve, this shit came from U.S. This shit came from the United States. Like, I show them and like, look, don't you see the seal and the stamp? So people in government know what that is. So a lot of stuff that I sent in there, I just kept a lot of stuff. Or what, like I said, man, you know, it's a lot of ways to do stuff, man. But if you want to know, hit me, man. Hit me in my email or whatever. Hit me right now so I can get it now before I get all this fees. I'll be getting like
the email under the email and all that under the link below.
Yes, sir. It's right there. It's chiefautochthon.com.
I got you. All right.
If I can help you with anything, brother. Like I said, even you just need somebody to build with, man, from time to time. If you find some interesting you want to build on, man, you could definitely come through and share with the people, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna be emailing you and talking more, and we'll go from there. But keep doing your thing, man.
I appreciate you, brother. You keep doing what you're doing too, bro.
All right, much love.
Peace of you, bro. Chief Billy, come on in. I'm about to get out of here, man. You late to the game, late to the party, man.
Yeah, man. Peace to you, brother. How you doing?
Late to the party, man. The party started at 9:30, man. You come at 2 o'clock.
I was in the parking lot, man. I was parking lot, Bimming. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, but no, man, great build, man. Great build. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Word. Yeah, man, no, man, I just wanted to, kind of shout out to Khalil and all other brothers, Islam, to everybody, man. It's a lot of confusion, man. I feel like we got to stop the bullshit to keep the confusion down, okay? We're not natives, okay? These are terms. All these are terms. Stop calling us natives like we're trying to be Native Americans. That shit is new. Y'all know this. If you're supposed to be doing any type of research, any type of studying, you know what I'm saying? We can't keep going back and forth with it. That doesn't sound. We are the original man and woman of this planet. That includes America. So the so-called Native American is a mestizo. They're mixed. It's called miscegenation, bro. Like, so why do y'all keep going back and forth? Like, these mixed people were already here before we were here. Our bones, our sinews, everything is in the goddamn ground, bro. Like, what are we talking about? So when we keep going back and forth and saying that this is Indian or this is Moorish and all that, these are terms. You need to grow up. Okay? You need to grow up. Y'all are sour. You're not doing no work. None. I challenge you to stop being so sour and get to work. Get to building something. So if you see like anything that we're doing, if you describe it as Moorish, if you describe it as Indian, if you describe it as whatever you describe it as Christian, what does that matter? When we say Aboriginal is just the first, that encompasses everything under that umbrella. It is a social, political, economic agenda behind it. And I keep telling y'all, if you have an agenda, right? If there's an agenda that's, and you can provide for us, we will support it. But no matter what you call yourself, we're going for power here on this land. Okay? That's it. So if you call yourself black, you call yourself African American, keyword American. Moorish American, keyword American. We're going for power for Americans. Okay? That's it. So it doesn't matter, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're supposed to be doing work for the collective, not just for your specific group, my nigga. Now you niggas looking like zealots. Now you niggas looking like straight agents. So anybody, you look, they love me all around the world, nigga. What's your problem? Y'all tripping. Shout Nip. You niggas is tripping, bro. Straight up. Real talk. Like, all that right there, man, like niggas talking about you niggas don't like this. Y'all arguing over words that crackers gave you, bro. Straight up. I spank babies. Spank children, bro. I don't go back and forth. I don't debate children, fam. So that right there, when y'all arguing over these terms and stuff, that's showing me that you are doing the bidding for the Arab cracker, the Jewish cracker, or any other goddamn cracker. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what you're doing. So keep that back in your mind when you go to type something in this chat room or say something weird. You're an agent, my nigga. You're working for these people because we bringing people together. So you telling me because I don't identify as black, right, that I don't love my people? Well, my ancestors told me this is my motherfucking land. Okay? So stop going back and forth with us about this dumb shit. You're distracted. You're not doing no work. Boer, Indian, black. You're not doing no work. Trust me on this. So when motherfuckers say they want about something, then you should be supporting, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank y'all again for supporting real, bro. Support this man's film. Support the real, fam. So when y'all talking all this right here, you just talking. You don't have no work behind that mouth or them fingers. Just talk. And feelings. Y'all bleed like, man, y'all don't even want to disrespect the sisters, man. You niggas, y'all got too much feminine estrogen going on around here, but for real. Y'all need to get it together. You don't have no work. So if you're talking over words, bro, like, come on, fam, go back and forth with that. That's on you. I don't have no time for that. That means that you're still on your journey. You're still coming along. You hung up on words, black. Really? Come on, bro. So like I said, you got any problems, y'all going back and forth on that dumb shit, bro, that's childish. Grow up. Get some work done. Once again, the people are going to see that you're an agent. You're working for the Arabs. You're working for the Jews. Okay? I'm not going to tell you again. You're working for them. You're not working for the betterment and the collective to build something in America. Because guess what? Y'all paradigm hasn't built shit. Nothing. Not one business that we can create, and we can do anything for the collective of our people, bro.
No doubt, no doubt.
Right, that's it, bro. So either you with the people or you against the people. Seems like to me, you're against the people.
You know what, though?
It's a great video what the brother was talking about, though. Like, far as these brothers, you know what I'm saying, crying on TV and shit, bro. Man, look. I mean, that shit's real, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we need some manhood around this bitch, bro.
Yeah, don't let the chat. Look, brother, you know, we all got an understanding of what's going on. I use the terms and the change. Everybody understand that, know that by now. I show all of the structures. People know that by now. So you already see how I use the terms interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? I even use the term black, and people's like, oh, well, I only use that to identify with the people who don't get it. But nonetheless, however it go, like all that chat room stuff, man, I be watching people go back and forth and people just be building like, man, listen, bro, at some point in time, you just got to ignore that shit, man, because you keep letting people rent space in your brain, then they're going to become your God. So every time when people come into the chat room and people feed into their story, the same old shit. I say it all the fucking time. The same. At some point in time, I'm just going to stop. I can't keep arguing motherfucking the same point every goddamn day. I can't keep doing. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say. At some point in time, if I don't relate to, I just got to ignore it. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, look, bro, look, it's like this right here. We supposed to be building, right? So the brother Khalil been around for a while, but he keeps saying, well, how cool that we native, bro. These are terms that we're the original man. There's not one person that's supposed to be woke would disagree that we the original man and woman of the planet. Of course, and guess what? If you just, even if you wasn't so-called woke, if you just went to biology goddamn class, right? Okay? Geology class and all these ologies, every ology points back to we here. Whatever descriptive term that you could come with, if that gives you power, let's roll with it. But being the Aborigines of this land, gives us power. That's what we're working on. So all the other stuff or whatever, you're supposed to leave your belief systems at the door, right? You believe you have a belief system.
Oh, the
Only.
dude, hey, look, I didn't even put in the chat room. You heard me? See, when niggas got information, when niggas want to be trolls, and when niggas want to come through, I'm gonna let you in real quick, Kaduk. I'm about to get up out. I want you to let everybody know where you at and speak your piece, man. As soon as I get done with what I'm saying right here, right? Like I said, man, you know, some of these niggas, they got Africa so far in their brain to where they're never gonna let it go. That's why I'm not here. We done presented so much fucking information. If you ain't got common fucking sense at this point in time and saying, well, wait a minute. They never said the oldest people here had features like Negroes. You got to take that shit into perspective first. That means you're not even listening to that point. You ignoring that point just for what somebody told you, and they forgot to tell you that part. And you're still questioning the whole goddamn narrative when motherfuckers is just not. That's why the other day I had that show. You understand what I'm saying? Because I wanted people to come on, because a lot of people think the only reason we Indians because Africans mixed with Indians. So I wanted some other people to be able to prove the point. And I wanted to say, well, okay, all right, boom, I can ride with that. That would kind of convince me to do the research, and that would convince me to say, wait a minute, man, they ain't teaching you this shit in school. So at some point in time, you got to say these motherfuckers is hiding this shit from you. And if you that docile and that indoctrinated into thinking you're African afterwards, showing you and telling you all this stuff, and you're still going back to the same fucking narrative, then that go to show you're not a research. You don't know what research is. You ain't got your own mind to think. You know what I'm saying? You're basically a fucking sheep, man. You're a sheep at some point in time, man. So, you know, definitely, man. I'm not, like I said, man. I let people come on here. I want you to tell me how, what if I was to come with you at that angle? Well, you're African that mixed with a native. How would you prove to me that you're not an African that mixed with a native? And that's what I was asking people the other fucking day. Oh, do your geology. Do your geology. I mean, that shit right there show you, yeah, okay, that'll show you that people was here. But it's still, you know, some people, you know, even though we get some of these people who say, oh, I can go back to the 1500s, I go back to the 1600s, everybody can't. 99% of us cannot. Them are very rare cases that I'm hearing of certain people telling me this shit. And most of the time, it's people who lived in the same area their whole entire life. There's a lot of people in the South that never went nowhere. There's a lot of people in the South that still got shit from their families from hundreds of years ago. I get that part. But some other people do not have that same story. So when I come with, I'm fucking with you niggas, man. I ain't do all this goddamn research to be going to no fucking Pan-Africa. I proved it to my goddamn self. Listen, ain't no Dan Calloway prove it to me. Ain't none of these other niggas prove it to me. That was just an observation that it was black people already in America. I had to do my own goddamn research and start studying the bones and start studying the anthropology for me just to be able to bob and weave that part of the conversation, bro. That part of the conversation we can easily bob and weave because we done the research. And a lot of people is not doing the proper research. And then they sit here, oh, that doesn't. Man, listen, you ain't proved nothing to me yet. You still talking about Indians in the West. Like, you ain't proved nothing to me. Nothing.
Hey, you know what? Hey, A1, you know what's ironic about this? That they're telling us to prove that we're Indians, right? You know, a lot of these conversations, right, shit, on Native Americans. They like to have that conversation, right? But we're on American soil, correct? We're on our soil, and they would never, ever, ever, and I say ever, be able to prove that they're African. Ever. And we're standing literally on the soil with our ancestors in the ground.
Bro, I
think this is the craziest shit ever I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Bro, ever. We could literally show them documentation after documentation after documentation after documentation, showing you all the stuff here. We did the compare and contrast to that of West Africa. West Africa is a primitive country compared to the Americas. And I'm not trying to be funny to anybody who may think they from there, to anybody, but the facts is out, bro. The facts is the goddamn facts, man. Ain't no Egyptians come from and built shit here.
Right. And look, once again, Egypt is Latin, brothers. Egypt in North Africa, right, which is North El Cabalon or whatever, right? Listen, that's new. That's 1900 new, right? Like 1947, right? So that means that so when y'all talk about Kemet, that means that you know that that's a more ancient term than Egypt. So when these people who were speaking Latin seen dark-skinned people like in America, they said, oh, and pyramid structures and all this other stuff. Oh, those Egyptians, okay? Egypto-America would be the scientific term for what you call fucking America. You understand what I'm saying? So the shit y'all talking about, bro, man, please stop being so slow. Please. At this point right now, stop being so slow. Like when we talk about this stuff, bro. Yes, sir.
You getting high blood pressure worrying about these.
No, I'm not, bro.
Because this nigga
hey, bro, can you please explain to me?
Look,
no,
listen,
I ain't even looking at the chat room. I'm just talking about in general. I need to understand why people are still talking about Egypt.
I got you. Look, I just want to address this guy right here. He's saying his ancestors are from Africa and you can prove that anytime. Okay, I don't give a fuck what you prove to us that you are. Maybe if you from Africa, great. Welcome to America. Welcome to our homeland. Welcome to the Amarukan people or the Amaruki or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But just know we are not Africans. We did not come from Africa. If you came from Africa, salute. Welcome to America, brother. You're not proving to us because you keep it in the fucking mind state of what you see. You got to understand, bro. We then broke down the general education system and what they told you their goals was for what their goals was for you not to be. So you listen, like I said, I bring up my degrees for other motherfuckers who play around. So I got degree. Okay, I do too. And I'm a researcher. And I learned research because I'm a goddamn nutritionist. So there's always new nutritional breakthroughs. There's always new studies on different things dealing with the human body. So I'm always got to do extra research just for me to step on my craft on what I do. So you niggas talking about, you niggas a bunch of fucking, you ain't never write a fucking research paper, because if you wrote a goddamn research paper, any walks of life, you have to take the pros and you have to take the goddamn cons, and you have to see which one of them has the most evidence. And in my case, the American Indian, us being American Indian, have way more evidence and way more solidification than anything I heard coming from fucking Africa. Any goddamn thing. Omex is not from Africa. None of that shit. You want to be from West Africa? That's great, brother. Welcome to the land of milk and honey, nigga. Welcome. Welcome to the motherfucking Amarukan. The people who was doing brain surgery. We was doing brain surgery. We was doing dentistry. How the fuck you want to do brain surgery without getting a person an infection in the head or a brain infection or whatever? How was we doing? How was we that? We the gods over here, nigga. Do you not understand that? And all you try to do is pull us back to that primitive ass land. And no disrespect to none of my brothers that's from over there, but if because you're gonna try to enlighten me with what's over there, and the only thing you're gonna enlighten me about is these spiritual practices. Oh, we got Ogon and all this other shit over there. Well, we got our own spiritual practices here. We got our own food here. We have our own science here. And like I said, we are responsible for all of the technology advancements around the world in which Africans leave their so-called great land to come to be like the gods, period. We're not leaving. I ain't never seen them. I seen some of these brainwashed niggas that'll leave and go over there, but I ain't never seen nobody go over there for nothing and for no learning practices or nothing. Me personally, I haven't. I hear about these niggas who be fantasizing about a culture that's not yours. Even Dr. James Smalls, motherfucker came out and said, oh, my people was here for 200,000 years. So what the fuck did you go back to Africa and build the fucking hotel over there? Oh, because we originated over. You've been here 200,000 years. You owe more to America than you owe over there. So why would you even go over there? Because they're all under that brainwash. And then what was his excuse? Oh, well, you know, at that point in time, you know, that's what everybody. So you went along with what everybody's saying. If I went along with everybody saying, I would never say nothing about me being a Moor, because I already know how half the people in the chat room feel about it. So I ain't, look, I listen, I stand on my own, regardless of what I teach about. We agree to disagree on certain things, and we keep it moving. I'm not here to fight nobody. I'm not here to open your mouth and force you to take this motherfucking knowledge. I'm not here for none of that shit. If one or two people come in, we're going to continue the class. We're going to continue the lesson. We're going to continue to build, and we're going to move on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not here to force nobody. I love everybody, man. And people accept me. That's why I get so much love from people, because people accept me for what I am as well. So that's why I'm never here. All I say, I'm an Atanchan. I'm an Atanchan to this land, meaning before anyone gave me a term or anyone turned me a term, I was manifested from the soils of what we call the Amaruki, America, Americi, whatever the fuck term you want to fucking use, okay? This land here, Atlantis, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? This is where my humble beginnings begin. And this is where most of history humble beginnings begun. So when you talk about primitive West Africa, where there's none of the shit you find over here, we can't compare none of the history over there. Find me some technology advancements that North Africans got. They don't have none. That's why they leaving to go to England. That's why they even leave go to Switzerland. That's why they leaving to go to all these white countries, so the white man can teach them what they learned from the people in the Americas. It's not vice versa. It's the white man then took our history and made a curriculum around the goddamn world, and now you niggas who supposed to be the gods and claim that we came from y'all leaving to be close. You leaving to sit at the white man's feet. The niggas who came, we taught. The white man, the middleman. You understand? You going to the middleman and learn about information. So come on, man, knock it off. If you know, if you done any like I said, I debate SETI, I debate Jabari, I debate the whole Armin Ra squad. I mean, you know, rest in peace to Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark. If they was here, I would have debated them. I would have debated any of them. I'm strong in my position.
Well, you know what's interesting about Dr. John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben and Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, they used to tour together, right? I've shown footage of this, shown them doing lectures, and they're talking about and they said the African presence in America long before so-called Columbus or whatever. So we know about they came before Columbus and all these other things. Now here's the thing, right? They did this in the 70s. They came before Columbus is like 77, something like that, right? So this information has been out, right? Here's the thing. They didn't have LIDAR. They didn't have a lot of the other discoveries that we've had, and they have the tools that we've had. So to be able to take it to the next level, right? Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark would 100% agree with us, just like Dr. David Imhotep, by the way, we interviewed twice, has the first PhD in ancient African history, right? Will not only tell you that Africa, the term is not ancient, right? So now we got to start wondering, well, what are we talking about when we're talking about ancient Africa history when Africa is not indigenous? See, we got to say words that make sense, right? Indigenous to the continent of so-called Africa. There's other terminologies for that continent that predates this new term called Africa, right? It's a new term, right? Enslavement term, a colonial term, right? So once again, you would have, if you met a person that comes from that continent, right? And he calls himself an African, he would, my friend, be colonized, just like your ass is colonized, okay? And I was colonized. My mind was colonized once because I believe the terminology. I believe in bliggity black. I believe that the whole world was Africa, okay? That we was in West Africa. I thought this was West Africa, that we came here thousands of years ago before white people was created, right? That's what I believe. But because of research, I put my beliefs to the side and we have evidence. You heard? There's a thing called evidence. Geologists say that America, right, is the oldest dirt that came out the primordial waters. Stop with the bullshit. We are the most fertile. We gave the world food and medicine. Stop with the bullshit.
And we still
Africans feed us. We're still feeding Africa. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
That's right. And look.
This is crazy.
Look,
I think it's
he's
crazy.
saying, look. He's saying we trying to bang on other people that look like us. No, because you motherfuckers keep the stories going. And then what you would try to do is make us think that we're you. So all of the accomplishments that we did here, you would say, oh, these are African. Nah, motherfucker, we not from over there.
Yeah, these Africans.
It ain't got nothing to do with people you see, you trying to say that all people that look like all skin folks ain't kin folks. All skin folks ain't fucking kin folks. And that's the reason now with Pan-Africanism. If you were smart, you would get out of it. But you know what, though? I'm quite sure the dude Khalid, he's smart because he know goddamn well why you think the fucking the Tutsu and the what's the other tribe that went in there and killed a million fucking Africans? They wasn't talking about we all the fucking same, was they? When they was hacking motherfuckers to death, was they saying, oh, we're all the same then? But you want to come here and bring that shit to us because we got something you want. We got some. See, you gotta have for us to. I'm not going to submit myself to your history. You want to submit yourself to my history because you over here, and obviously for you to be over here, meaning you want something from the fucking Amarukans. Now take a look at this real quick, Chief. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
This is what Chief put me on this. Okay, 4 or 5 years ago. No, I'm gonna say about maybe 4 years ago. All right. He was telling me about the LIDAR and all these structures they found in Central and South America. Okay. So all of them little white little things or what you see on the screen are all fucking structures right here, Money Grip. All of these are more structures than anything that's in Sudan or in Egypt, which we already said that some of that shit in Egypt is a remix single. But just to let you know, this is what we got. Not to mention the other buildings that I've been showing you guys. Not to mention the Star Force. Not to mention that we created mathematics. We had the science from 0 to 9. Not to mention none of that stuff. So if you want to, obviously you want to be part of us because you're over here with us. So that's it. Ain't nobody banging on nobody. I bang on you. Listen, black people kill each other. So you saying that, we knocking other people that look like us, but it's okay when we out there fucking killing each other? But then we can't compare and contrast because if I submit to the shit you talking about, you're going to have my ass in Ghana. You're going to have me going back to Ghana and shit or going to motherfucking Kenya or going to one of these fucking places over there. If I'm like, all right, brother, we all the same, then submit to what the fuck we're saying. We're not Africans. So don't hit me with that, we are all people who look like us. Okay, so get in line with what the fuck we doing. Or get out the way. That's it, man. Run with us or run for us, man. Or run from us. You know what I'm saying? Run with us.
Now listen.
Or run from us.
Hey, now listen. I don't have a problem with nobody, right? But remember, I don't know if you guys seen this interview we did with this brother from Mali, right? And shout out to Ty Data. He was in Ty Data shopping. So man, I was a little candid sit down, right? And Ty was telling me this dude's super arrogant, fucking asshole, right? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, and so I was like, so talking to dude, and so dude was like, yo, I think you guys are broken lost. Talking about us Black Americans, right? Like, so I got to talking to him and explain to him that I wasn't lost, it was home, right? And obviously we're not broke because you're here. And then he had a Nike shirt on, he had a box haircut and shit like that or whatever. And I pointed out to him that he emulated us, that they emulated us, right? Then I also knew it was his about the Mali Kingdom, some guy and all the other shit. That they originally come from the area he was from. You know what he ended up saying? Chief Holiday, you are so amazing. You understand? If you know who the fuck you are, you can go anywhere in this world and rule. Y'all understand? We are the greatest of all time. Americans, we are the greatest. Okay? You understand? That's why everybody emulates us.
Look,
Get it?
he said, hold up. He said, Kill said that the Europeans built the Star Force, bro. Look, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
Hey, they didn't even build the White House. Let's keep going.
They ain't built
the White
shit.
House.
They ain't built, but
They didn't build the White House.
You know what though? People, like I said, man, like, you know, I mean, I'm sorry to say it, like, you know, people challenge me when they come here, but I see a lot of other fuckery going on amongst other people, and niggas be so happy to be around certain people that they don't challenge nothing. They don't say nothing. They know goddamn well you ain't never seen niggas who look like some of these images, but you ain't challenging none of that shit. You ain't saying, you ain't got nothing to say wrong about none of that shit. And then trying to indoctrinate us by saying, yeah, we are them people or whatever. When I live in the goddamn hood, live around black people my whole fucking entire life, and I ain't never seen nobody who look like these fucking people. So, like I said, we got a lot of work to do, man. We built the Star Force. The Star Force reports that we was trading upon the river. I mean, you know, like I said, man, me and a brother, we had a conversation about the TPs. And he told me the TPs was fucking was temple. We just showed you that we had places where we traveled that had boarding rooms for us, brother. So I don't know if
Bro,
he said,
even in 12 years a slave, them niggas couldn't build a shack in 12 years a slave. That's 1800. Get out of here, bro.
I'm not going, man, because me and the brother, we can easily get in the back chat and build on that. So I ain't like, that's my brother. But like I
would like to have a conversation with Khalil. We've been going back for years, man. And like, bro, you home. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go back and forth on these.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to isolate you, man. But fuck all that. Like everything. Listen, everything that they saying was over there is over here, bro. Welcome to America, brother. If you want to be one of the Amarukans, we can motherfucking adopt you, man. But if you don't want to be the Amarukan, if you're gonna keep trying to convince us that we from over there, then we're gonna have to keep pulling the receipts out, showing you what America had. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to keep pulling the receipts out. You know what I'm saying? So
you know, hey bro, you know what's interesting though? They talk about navigating the seas, that they talk about that we carved out trees, big ass trees that fit 50 men and sailed the open seas. This is literally what they tell you if you do research on navigating the seas. This is really crazy that we keep having these conversations. Seriously. I think it's really crazy. Yeah, we've been doing this. We've been traveling out. This is dumb. Please stop it.
And you know what though, Chief? With all this research that people put out there that should be building different perspectives for individuals, they still go back to the same old story because you know what? That's why I say you gotta be your own leader. If you're a follower, then of course you're gonna be questioning certain individuals or whatever. I ain't no fucking follower. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no fucking follower. Me and Chief debate all the goddamn time. This is my brother, though. You understand what I'm saying? We debate all
for hours.
And then we debate other motherfuckers that come through. We join forces and debate against them. But you know what? It's all out of love at the end of the day, man. And then at times I agree to disagree. And we got to move on. Oh, we still Aborigines. High five each other. And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Jay Flame said, nigga, the Milli Vanilli and shit. We met, you know how motherfuckers be doing the bump and shit, like how niggas jump up in the air in the baseball game or basketball games and shit. Nigga like, you're Aborigine? Okay. That's all that matters, man. All of the other shit we just kind of sharpening up on and we just go back and forth with. That's why when I see a lot of people come in here or root word always the leader of the expedition when it comes to the Moorish shit or whatever. People sitting there every time we do a build, they be going back and forth. Like these niggas like go back, like you still trying to prove to him what he not, or trying to prove to you not what he's saying you are. I already broke it down. The word more is a synonym for fucking Negro. That's it. Stop thinking it's a fucking Moroccan Arab or whatever. We just connected the signs. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like some people. We're going to have to pull the bus back out, bro. We're going to have to pull the bus back out. Period. Because this science is coming from the Americas. So even if you take the term more off it, just call these niggas Amarukans or Amarukis or whatever fuck you want to call them. Just know that they came from here. You ain't got to debate whether these people are from a certain area in this place. Like I said, see, when you listening to people who don't present none of this information and who don't do research, only listen to other people and they regurgitate some shit that they never researched and checked out on their own. And then what they would do is reference, oh, well, this Moore said this. Ain't y'all all this? Nah, motherfucker. I don't agree with a lot of fucking Moore. I put the individuals out there. You go to my channel, you'll see everybody who I rock with. You'll see everybody.
I mean, not everybody. No two people are gonna agree on everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, though, but the back and forth shit, though. Just the back and forth.
Well, I'm for peace, bro. I'm here for peace. I'm pushing peace.
I mean, but even right? If people ain't for peace, at one time do you see that? Look, man. Look,
I'm pushing Islam.
I'm just look, a motherfucker who I don't agree with, I'm not gonna keep on having the same conversations with them. I'm gonna ignore them. Either I'm gonna get away from them. We're gonna get into some type of physical altercation, or I'm just gonna get away from, or we're gonna agree to disagree and keep it moving. So at the end of the day, you gotta say, listen, man, we be dropping some great information on here. I don't know how people be having time to go back and forth and be chatting shit. You're not paying by you. Every time you think to make a sentence, you missing something what was being said up here. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, if it's not something pertaining to what we talking about, start letting people rent space in your brain. Because when people rent space in your brain, they become your God. They become your fucking God. Niggas say shit about the God all day long. I hear my buffer be in the back chat laughing, he, all this, that, the third. But none of these niggas could walk in my shoes. Niggas can't walk in my shoes. Niggas can't even do a 10-minute bill on no information.
Back.
10-minute bill. You could talk about me longer than you could talk about your own history, and that's a goddamn shame. And niggas still flock with niggas. You niggas still fuck with these fuck niggas who you see. I'm not, listen, if a nigga come to me and slander an individual, and I know that you really slandering, I'm gonna cut you off. I'm like, this nigga's a sucker. This nigga just creating, this nigga worse than a bitch. Because all he doing is creating stories, and I know this man ain't that. So why am I still rocking with him? Because motherfuckers want to be part of. You want to be part of something, find a fucking tribe and join your fucking tribe, bro. Stop trying to go back and forth with these low-level Aborigines. Some of these niggas is low-level. Some of these motherfuckers is demonic. Some of these niggas, you like, man, I don't give a fuck what you be going to war.
Most people though, bro, most people that subscribe to you, or most people that's listening, like in the chat room right now, want information. That's what they there for. You know what I'm saying? They're not here for the bullshit. You know what I mean? So that's what's important, bro. You know what I'm saying? People are asking like, how far back should they go with their records? So they don't have records no more. You go as far back as you can go. You understand what I'm saying? But people say they went back to the 1500s. Like, guess what? You got 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-greats, 16. By the time you went back that far, do you know how many people you would have to have created you? Like, come on, y'all. We're home. This is all you. Do you need their permission to tell you you're home? Your people already told you who you are. What are we doing here? Like, come on. We have found the scientific evidence as well as, check this out, as well as the data, right? The actual records that they had literally scratched out. Shout out to Kill. Literally scratched out, right? And put in other shit. You know what I mean? Black, this or that or whatever, right? To put us in racial categories. We broke down Davenports. We broke down the fucking Ashley Pleckers and everything. We broke this shit all the way the fuck down. And it's past logical. And it's not even a debate anymore. It's obstruction. You're an agent. That's what you're gonna be, in my book. I'm ready to fight you all the time. Because you're working for the people. Everybody leave your belief system at home, but we're here to build. I don't have to go back and forth because this brother says that he's identifying architecture as Moorish. Guess what? If we in a certain setting, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's right. If we, you know what I'm saying, talking to these Europeans, we will let them know. You know what I'm saying? This whole planet is the Moorish fucking planet. You understand? Now some people might not, okay, well, Negro planet, or Black planet, Copper planet, the whole planet, bro. The whole planet, including America. So when y'all get to thinking that Native Americans are the first people here, they don't even have a history past 200 years. They just got created in 1975.
And what science?
I think this is hilarious.
What science do you ever see them do? See, motherfuckers look at them and think that, oh, they deal with nature. That's what we're supposed to be dealing with. But nature provides certain resources for you to get out the elements and for you to evolve. Now, I ain't talking about all evolution, all technology.
Right.
But the
Well, check
technology
this
that
out.
people was working with.
Well, check this out, right? Right now, basketball is big right now, right? It's all over, it's big, right? When LeBron and James said, fuck it, we ain't playing no more, the whole world stopped, right? Okay? They agents, everybody got to call them and said, no, LeBron, you can't do this, right? They shut the world down. So shout out to them for that, peaking at some power, right? But here's the thing. Shout out to AP. Y'all remember y'all went on Continental TV and AP dropped that information, the 2,000-year-old basketball course, and they found balls and all these other shit, whatever, right? That's science, okay? That's science. You understand what I'm saying? That's alchemy. See, all these things that we talk about, and guess what? Guess who were the best basketball playing motherfuckers on the planet? You guessed it, us, right? And have you ever heard of a Native American playing basketball?
Nope. I said, oh,
I have. When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went up to, I think he might still be in Alaska teaching the natives up there how to play basketball. Teaching them how to play basketball. Did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar come to your hood and teach you how to play basketball? Anyone?
Nope.
Me neither. Like it's ancient. And look, the bill we did when we talk about the ancient relay races and all the running, like we the best runners. I mean, what do we got to keep having this conversation? Our bones
about that bill, yo. You heard me?
You did?
About that bill, bro. The bill we did about.
Yeah, man, that was an awesome bill.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't. That's what I'm trying to tell people, man. Because people be referencing motherfuckers who wasn't talking about this shit or whatever. Because you look at certain individuals like they don't look at me like no fucking guru. Fact check what I'm talking about and do your goddamn due diligence. This is your information. You're a god. I don't get say. I say I'm a god, and I say peace to the gods and the goddesses. Nigga, you gotta waken yourself up. So don't take nothing. Right. Do your fucking due diligence. Get off your goddamn ass and find out why if A1 know all this shit, why do he still say this? Or why do he still have this point of view? It's not because I'm ignorant, because I already know. I'm connecting the dots all the way. I'm not just connecting the dots and letting other people tell me what's not. You know what I'm saying? When you hang around certain people that tell, what no Hebrews here. When you hang around certain people, what no Phoenicians here. When you hang around certain people, oh, Lemuria is fake. And that's why you can't get nowhere. Because you're too busy trying to be down with these individuals to where you're never going to learn. Niggas just want to sit there and talk about everybody and talk about other individuals. Meanwhile, all this science and all this technology we've been talking about, you wasn't here to get in the class and listen to this. You so busy worrying about talking about niggas like some bitch ass niggas, or sitting there while people, oh, this person, nigga could talk about you 6 hours and don't even know you. How the fuck that works? You know, nigga, you got that much, you could come up with that much fucking nothingness to fucking talk about somebody you really don't know outside of what they talk about. Right now, people is chatting, oh, A1 say he's a Pan-African. He's a Pan-African. And niggas is literally niggas literally put in the comments, oh, I see how you still confused. And I told the nigga, I said, well, nah, I'm not really confused, but you know what I would love? I would love for you to make a video and teach me something as opposed to trolling me. Since you know shit, okay, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to shut up, and I want you to present something. That's what I'm going to do. But until that fucking day, I'm going to continue to run my mouth. I'm going to continue to come up with my theories. I'm going to continue to show them. I'm about to get out of here, man. But definitely shout out to everybody for coming through, man. Like I said, it's loving like to everybody.
Hey, one real quick, man. I want to send a big shout out to Grandmaster Taj Sharik Bey, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know, I learned etymology from Grand Sheik Taj Sharik Bey, right? To really go back and search words, man. And I think that's a thing that's lost in these conversations a lot of times. When we have in these conversations, that we have allowed these people to colonize our minds, and we're not really getting to the bottom of these words. So I just wanted to get to that, man. It's all love with me, man. Like I said, we're gonna if you care, then I expect you to fight for your paradigm. I expect that. But if we do it out of love.
That's right.
So if you hate, I love you. I don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? So this is what that is, man. So it's all love, man. Like I said, man, do your due diligence, man. Free your mind of any enslavement. Please, please. Free your mind. So I'm gonna tell you, just free your mind.
And if the stuff that we talk about is not what you want to hear, then keep regurgitating and listening to the same shit. I'm quite sure you can press rewind on some of the videos you love to hear. You can rewind and listen to that shit until your ears fall off. Like I said, we moving forward with we moving forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a build on Dr. Ben, by the way. That was kind of crazy. Dr. Ben, Dr. Simmons. You know, I might find some of this. But yeah, we're gonna really get into this, man.
No doubt, man.
Those are the foundations of information for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No doubt, man.
Rest in paradise, those guys, man.
I'm about to get up out of here, man. But like I said, man, hit up Chief T-shirt spring or his website, cop some of the greatest of all time gear. And when you get a chance, man, go to my T-shirt spring and cop yourself something, man, and represent. And that's the least you can do is represent your goddamn self, man. You don't got no problem wearing Gucci, Louis, fucking all these factional names, man. Go and wear something so when people say, yo, who is that? Oh, that's me. That's my people right there. So support who supports you. And with that being said, man, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, peace to Aborigines, Tanchans, to my brother Inka Elaish Elakaim, my brother Freeway, and all.
You gotta teach me that,
man. Well, I'm gonna let him teach you because he got the lick, like he always emphasized that. But shout out to my brother, I love that brother, man. He's a real good spiritual brother, man. Definitely, man. And that's the same thing to all the brothers and sisters out there who come in peace, humble themselves, man. And just, you know, whether we agree on everything or, you know what I'm saying, but just try to get what you can get to better yourself, man. At least teach your children so when they come home from school, they be like, yo, do you know we was the first people who created this 5,000 years ago? And they be like, mommy, well, they said this was just created in the 20s. Like, nah, look, boom, let's go back to here. Let's go to this book right here. This is who we are or whatever. And this is what we did 5,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 4,500 years ago. Tap into your fucking greatness, man. You tap into your greatness, you'll get somewhere, man. So with that being said, man, peace to the brothers that came on the panel. My brother Pace, had my brother Kadu, had root, get to the root of it or whatever. Who else we had? We had my brother David, and the greatest of all time, Chief Billy Goat, man. So with that being said, you got something you want to say before we get out of here, Chief?
Hey, man, thank you for all the work you do, brother. God, man.
Hey, man, thank you for pushing me to the limits, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for pushing me to the limits, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely, like I said, we building with you, talking about just the anthropology. You know what I'm saying? We got levels of this shit, man. Niggas do geology, niggas do art. We got levels of it. You go to Chief channel, Chief then touched on a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? And had a little bit of everybody come through and talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers like Nonetheless, brother like Libra Son, brothers like Creek, all of the brothers that come through and talk and build and get their perspective. Sisters like Empress Holbert, shit, even Sister Betty, you know what I'm saying? And everybody else that came through there that provided a piece of the puzzle in which we can all get forward and try to put the puzzle together and attach it to ourselves. With that being said, man, I'll get with you later on, Chief. I'm out of here, my brother. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace.
Indeed, brother. Peace. Peace to the gods, man. Peace.